I believe that dude is like a crime mob figure that one day just got loose. I believe the Techno Viking is a real life crime figure, and for one day he said, I'm just gonna hang out with the people." And then he went viral and said, "Nope, never again." Happy Saturday. Nah, what'd he say, man? V-Dub, what'd he say? Man, listen, I had to rescrub. Listen, I had to redo my entire algorithm. I had to make sure I had no more Tariq Nasheed, no more Thailand videos from anybody, no more people that drink beer on lives, no more prior sexual offenders on registration lists, and who else did I scrub my stuff up? Man, listen, I did a deep dive on my algorithm and I started scrubbing all that shit. So I don't know what's going on, V-Dub. What'd he say? Hey, listen, from what I saw, them boys look good. Hey, did you watch the documentary on them, HBO Max? Them young boys come to play. Man, come on, let's watch the recap real quick. Them young boys came. Hey, Pulisic, and Weah, the young brother Weah, Tim Weah. His daddy played for Iberia. And listen, don't count USA. Hey, I think they got a shot at a bronze, man. Hey, whoa! Everybody pump their brakes. Whoa! USA men's are not to be taken lightly. Okay, I'm not gonna jump on here and say they don't stand a chance in hell. From what I saw, them boys look, they came to play. Fam said he bet 5 and lost, and he was. Oh no, Jesus Lord, man, quit playing with me. Are you for real right now, man? For real, bro? Stop playing. Please tell me you playing. Please tell me that's a joke. Please tell me that's a joke. It's a very bad joke. Uh-oh, is X down? No, maybe it's just me. Okay, no, wait. No, I got too many tabs open. See, here we go. We got, come on, haters. Come on. I know. Come on, let the hate flow through you. It was Paraguay. How they say it, Paraguay. I heard a Mexican woman say it, the way she pronounced it. I said, well, that shit sounds good. Yes, come on through. Haters, listen, I know they're not even a good team. Somehow, I know. Everything the U.S. does is not good enough. I know. Come on in with your hate. Let your hate flow. So it's my left. So my bad boys, she mad. Too many. So let me knock out some of these tabs, y'all. You don't care about this. Hey, yo, y'all see this? Listen, this is going to be a crazy hell of a show. Throwaway nonsense. I mean, it's gonna have something to it, but listen. Y'all see this person get kidnapped right now? This person got kidnapped, man. Roxana, she got kidnapped on camera. She's still missing. Hey, wait. I thought y'all was gonna send in the Delta Force to deal with the cartels. I thought y'all was gonna drone strike the cartels into oblivion. Remember all that y'all was coming at me? Sly, come on, man. They don't stand a chance. I thought USA was gonna get in there and clean out all the cartels. This person got look at this here. Got kidnapped on camera. Got kidnapped on camera. He got kidnapped on camera. What y'all talking about? Oh, 14. I see 14-inch barrels. Oh, no. I know. He was going to drone strike him to death and all this. Look at this shit here. Listen, I'm convinced she's his new handler. This man has to be on some type of psychotropic drugs. I think Jonathan Majors is on drugs. And I mean the psychotropic.
4 a.m.
stable
every morning. His discipline is unmatched, and then.
My bad. Hold up. I think this man is on some type of medication.
every single
I'm
morning
sorry. I
at
think he's
4
on some type of
a.m.
medication.
This one gets up every single morning at 4 a.m. Every morning. His discipline is unmatched. And then he's with the guys by 5 a.m. His group of fellas who they work out every morning. Everybody's consistent.
I think this man is on some type of.
I went a few times. I was saying, I don't know if the 5 a.m. is for me. Yeah. And so I started coming around 9. And by that, next thing you know, it's my best friend. It's her husband. Her husband is in his late 50s. You know, the youngest one is 22. The oldest is 57. And next thing you know, there's about 20 of us there. And each one of us are going through different experiences in life that no matter how much therapy you get, like I kind of said, like it's not the same, like nothing's like Jesus, but like with baptism, you know, it's like you are physically
Totally
doing
different
something so
person.
that your mind and your body and your spirit can understand what is actually happening in the spirit.
Even if, let's just say she is his handler, I believe her interactions with him are genuine. You know, it's hard to fake little things like touching of the hands, the legs, you know, little affectionate moments. It's hard to fake that over time, especially on camera. I get it, they're actors. I get all that. I genuinely believe she cares for this man, but he has not been the same person since the trial at all.
So with honor culture, as we begin to work out that way, no matter how much therapy you have, there's something that does not come off you unless you physically get your body to do something that releases it from you. And so when we would finish, there would be a lot of cry sessions. There would be a lot of real conversations. It just was different than anything I had ever experienced before. And I've been working out off and on consistently for about almost a decade. And this was completely different.
So it's just everybody's there working out, but it's actually your soul that's being worked in the process of all of this. I thought it was interesting that you were launching your own business for a couple of reasons, in that it seemed to me that you were trying to really own your own brand, your own space.
See, you see the leg rub? You can't fake that. You can, sure, but I genuinely believe she cares for this man. I'm not gonna sit here and say their union is solely Hollywood, but I believe there's genuine care and affection for each other, especially from her to him. But I am under the auspices that he is under some type of medications. He has to be. I can't see no other way. But let's continue.
Pause as you are trying to rebuild your career in acting, if that's still your interest,
This
and I'm
man's
assuming
gone.
that it is.
You can't tell me.
You're putting yourself in a position of going into a room and being told yes or no. But when you build your own, you are providing your yes for yourself.
This one.
Okay, that's my opinion. I stand on it. You know, I'm rooting for him. I hope this is a long-term union for them both. Majors is too good of a talent to not have a comeback. Yeah, maybe in a decade or so. Maybe in a decade they'll reach back out and pull him out. Because right now you doing movies with Ben Shapiro's company. That's probably as worse as it can get. I think he's gonna have to go back to the indie circuit and work his way through the indie circuit, and then do some mid-major roles, and then maybe possibly have a chance of coming back as an A-lister in about 10 years. He's too good not to, as a talent. He's too good not to, okay? Okay, good call. Could be meds or autism. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? Speaking of autism. Speaking of autism, now listen, I know it's not the thing for people to show autism at its worst, but let's just let it, the videos play out. So this woman here, she reached her limit. Woman tries to get rid of her baby who has autism. Despite what your friends and family tell you, there are a lot of people suffering raising children with special needs. And these parents are crumbling. And I'm so grateful for social media to finally pull the veil back from the fallacy a lot of you guys have been eating and been fed for a very long time. These parents are not happy with their special needs child. Yes, you can love your child as you should, but a lot of parents regret the decision right? This is going back to the Jesse Ridgway, their decision to terminate their pregnancy, knowing their child's going to have a 95% chance of having trisomy 18 or 21, which is the Down syndrome gene. No parent would choose to have a child knowing their kid's going to come out like Corky. Okay? Doesn't make you an evil person. But let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. Y'all got it, man. I've been saying this for years.
Oh, she got the kid. Oh, she dropped the kid. Oh, no.
She broke, man.
Oh, no.
What are you doing, lady? You gonna leave the baby outside, you weirdo?
Hey, why don't y'all go adopt a bunch of abandoned special needs childs? Right? When you go to adopt a kid, you're looking for the best, perfectly healthy, mentally stable child. The average person looking to adopt kids is not looking for the broken ones. They're not looking for the special needs ones, so please stop the fake cap. Don't do that. Let's continue.
Why would you drop your baby on the ground, you fucking weird ass? Girl, get out of here. You're not going nowhere. How you gonna drop your baby outside the car? That is disrespectful to the damn baby. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you, you weird ass lady? Are you drunk or something? Yeah, I am. What's wrong with you? She dropped her baby on the ground.
See all these emotional responses, and people are not understanding why. You understand? This is why people kind of keep their opinions to themselves when it comes to genetics and children. Because you don't want to get jumped by a bunch of religious-based people and religious-backed responses. Okay?
Watch out, y'all! Watch out! Wait, let me watch out too.
Oh, you dumb. You dumb.
What the f is wrong with you, lady?
Clearly, this woman is having a psychotic break for her to do this. And you think you trying to shame her is going to make her snap out of it and come back to reality? This woman has had it. She has had it. But let's continue.
No.
I want y'all to come here and tell me I'm wrong.
No. You got a fucking baby in
That's
your
what's
car,
up.
you
Good
weird
for
ass.
her. That's what's up.
Get your weird ass up out of here. I took the other kid.
Okay, V-Dub. Would you adopt a special needs child? Would you do it? Right? Would you do it? I'm a big history buff. Prior to the pill homelessness kids, where everyone folks hated kids. Okay, let's continue.
Is impaired with the baby in the car, and now she just walked off and left her baby in the car.
She tried to drop her baby on the ground and drive off.
And you want to have a rational conversation with a woman like this? She just walked off and said, "To hell with it. Leave her, let her be, and let the medical staff deal with her." You trying to shame her and using your religious backed sensibilities and ideologies is not going to work with somebody like this. This woman has had it. And once again, I stand firm that most of these parents would never come online and say, "I regret having this messed up kid." But come on, I got you today.
No, for real. Lady, you really leaving your baby? And I think the baby was autistic, if I can't.
See, here we
you're
go.
leaving your baby? Do not let her in. Your baby is downstairs.
Well, that's what's up. Congrats. That's what's up.
Come get your
You
baby,
hear her?
lady.
This woman is done. She's gone. This is the side that I'm so thankful social media is finally showing, that I've been saying this for years, that most of these parents are just suffering raising these children. Suffering. But come on. Right.
And she got an attitude with everybody but herself.
Oh, she got the kid.
Okay. Yeah, I've covered the orphan trains of the 30s. Let's go here. Another child with a an autistic break here. So the autistic child was having fun at the pool. It was time to go, and she didn't want to leave. So once again, this is not to indict all autistic children. There's so many different spectrums. I'm not going to go through all of it. There's no indictment on anybody with a special needs child. And please don't do that. Don't accuse me of that. I'm telling you that a lot of parents are quietly suffering. Okay? They would rather go with the narrative, oh, all is well. This child is so special. Brought the extra light to my life. I can't imagine life without this child. I hear all that. Sounds all nice. But there's a lot of dark nights that come with it too. Let's go.
Okay, let them. Thank you. You can take your life jacket. Get in, Bella.
The child didn't want to leave the pool, y'all. The child didn't want to leave the pool, y'all. The child didn't want to leave the pool. I hear what you're saying. My son has had. We mean either he has it or don't, and would have meltdowns when he was younger. Not once did I ever consider putting it on the internet for everyone to see. No. You need to see this. You need to put it on the internet because a lot of people are lying to you about raising a special needs child. It's like a suicide mission, right? So sad the way these lifeguards had to be pulled away from the water and everyone else's safety to deal with this. Here we go. If I were one of them, I'd go straight to my boss and either ask for a pay raise or say this is not in my job description. Yeah, not everybody's going to have sympathy for your kid. Notice mom is just filming it, doing nothing. I know plenty of kids on the spectrum and do not behave this way. No teen should be put in that situation. If the kid decided to thrash around and they drop the kid, what would you do as a parent? As someone who trains staff how to deal and handle students, this would be a big no-no and could lead to legal issues. I get you allow them, but they are not trained to escort kids on the spectrum. She would never go back again. Autistic or not, never again. Okay. I'm glad my sister don't play this. I think it's time for you to teach a class on this. Okay. Gentle parenting strikes again. Okay. All right. Okay. I get bringing awareness, but why are you recording it? To bring awareness. See, y'all rather eat the lie that everything is hunky-dory with these parents with these type of children. No. We need to see more of this. Okay? That would be the last day of swimming ever because what in the hell? Yeah. Uh-oh. Great condom ad. Oh, no. Vaxxed. Oh, no. Don't allow them back. Okay. She should not be at the pool if she can't handle it. This falls away enjoyment and this pulls. I think it meant to say this pulls away enjoyment and resources from others. Okay. I see a lot of crazy comments. Y'all don't know how hard it is to get a water-loving autistic child out them pools as a woman by yourself. You see, it took 4 to 5 people. Yeah, well, that's what you signed up for, and now you want society to help. See how that works? Okay, this was honestly kind of messed up for them to do that. However, that is not their job. You as a parent are responsible for removing your child from a public place, especially when they have lost all control. My baby is nonverbal, 16 years old, 6 feet, 220, and I don't play that. If he's having a meltdown, we are leaving as his mother and removing him from the situation. Listen, talk to me when he's 26 and maybe 240, 250, and he just casually knocks you into the ground. Like, y'all, the amount of control you think you have over these children as they get older is mind blowing. Just because he ain't jumped you once yet, oh, it's okay. It's like having a pit bull that hasn't sniped at you yet. Okay, she sounds like one of these people that the white dudes that go out into the wilderness and live with wolves. Yeah, the wolves are my friends. I understand them and they understand me. And then he's missing for a week, and they find his remains. You understand? Okay. Yeah. Hey, man, listen. Y'all got it, man. Oh, wait. There's another one. There's another one. I can do this all day. I don't want to, but I can. don't want to, but I can.
Yeah.
Joshua started requesting things and people that were completely out of my control, and it quickly became a fixation. Okay, come on.
Yeah, that's good for you. Not me. That's not good for me. But there's no list.
When they're giving him chips like some 2-year-old, they're giving food. Just eat your food, it's fine. It's fine. Where's your tablet? Where's your tablet?
Mommy, I'm sorry. Mommy,
Yeah, y'all got it, man.
Yeah, that's fine.
Y'all got it, man.
Do you have a...
Mommy, I'm sorry.
Now, for all of us parents, how hard was it just for you to raise your child with no physical deformities, no genetic abnormalities, no mental defects? How hard was it for you to raise a normal, healthy child? I don't think I would ever hear a parent say, oh no, raising my kid was a breeze. I don't think I would ever hear a parent say that. And if they did, I wouldn't believe them. I'm like, sir, ma'am, you're lying. Let's continue.
I'm sorry. Mommy.
Let's go. Now. Let's go.
We had to leave via a fire exit. Well, y'all gonna stop playing with me?
Mommy, I'm sorry. Mommy.
I felt embarrassed.
Mommy.
I cried. Autism meltdown ruined my birthday night. This is the mama saying this. Her son having a meltdown on her birthday night when they're trying to go out and eat as a family ruined her night. She was embarrassed and she was upset. She was crying on her birthday. Okay. Okay. You know what? Let's go check out her page. So this boy has, not only does he have autism, he has cerebral palsy and complex, no, Lord Jesus, why, ma'am? Come on, Sly, have some, yeah, I guess I would, yeah, Super Singer is my name. Y'all bugging. Now, if you say, well, Sly, maybe they didn't have testing to see in this far in advance, I hear you, but there's always remedies, but you don't like the remedies. There you go. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all act like there's never a second or third course of action. There's always second, third, fourth courses of action. You just don't like the options that you would have to partake in because it will bother you on the inside. Right? Some of y'all ain't strong enough to say, you know what? No, I will not. I don't have the mental capacity to devote my life to taking care of somebody that can't take care of themselves until I close my eyes. Matter of fact, there was a story before I go here, and this perfectly encapsulates what I'm saying. There's a story. Where is it at? Let me find it. Perfect timing. Hold up. Is that it? That's not it. That's not it. Is this it? Here we go. This is what a lot of you single parents with these children are looking at. October 2021, Shirley Nunn, a 67-year-old woman in Middlesbrough, England, took out her 50-year-old son, Stephen, before taking her own life. Stephen had lived with severe disability since childhood after a brain injury at age 11, which left him fully dependent on his mother for care due to conditions including cerebral palsy, epilepsy, and significant cognitive and mobility impairments. After Shirley was diagnosed with terminal stage 3 lung cancer that had spread to multiple parts of her body, she became overwhelmed by fear and depression over what would happen to her son once she was gone. A later review found that healthcare services failed to properly assess her mental health or put a support plan in place for Stephen's future care, leaving her feeling there was no safe option for him. This is some of y'all's reality in the next couple of decades. We're going to see more and more stories like this trickle in. Give it time. Give it time. More and more stories like this will happen. White, black, Mexican, Indian. Let's not play the ethnicity games. Yeah? This is going to be some people's realities, right? Okay? And then you have comments for and against. Hey, you know what I said? Right call, tough but right. These are the remedies that some of y'all don't like to hear, don't have the gumption to make and stand on. But let's get back to Homeboy's page. Let's see how much work they had to put in for this child, Jacob. That's his name, Jacob. Let me find it. Let me get back to it. I'm gonna find it. Here we go. Okay. So Joshua is 17 with autism, cerebral palsy, and complex needs. Now, once again, some of y'all with these answers or responses will come with a religious base. Okay, let's see. What happened here? Let's go here.
Yes, baby.
I didn't have a good day at school.
Why not? What happened?
Because I just didn't have a good day at school.
There must be a reason. So you tell me what happened. Why?
Because there is a reason.
So even though Joshua is verbal, there are still moments where communicating how he feels or explaining what happened can be really difficult for him.
I'm feeling upset with somebody.
Who?
I'm feeling upset with somebody at school.
At school, yeah. I get that a lot.
Because I just don't know what it is.
Okay, so imagine how many of these stories I hear from regular kiddos. You understand? So imagine how many regular, just normal children that I come across that have bad days because of other students. Now imagine how much harder it is for him. Okay, there's not a day that doesn't go by that I have to coax it out of the kid. Okay, who did it? And hey, you're not telling. If you don't speak, if you don't tell me, I can't help fix it. Let me try to help, fix it, at least remove you from the situation. You understand? And it takes a while, but I have to coax it out of them. And they tell me what the problem is. These are just regular kids. So imagine what this child is going through. I couldn't do it. But okay, let's continue. See, now, this is where we'll probably disagree, because I think content like this is needed to pull back the veil from the fallacies that most parents project that having a special needs child is all hunky-dory. No. I believe the majority of days as parents with special needs children are hell. I would love for a special needs parent. I mean, like extreme special needs. Don't come on here talking about you have a high functioning autistic child. I don't want to hear from you. Give me somebody that's like that has his amount of issues, and then come convince me the majority of your days are not sunshine or hell. I would argue the majority of your days are hell. Okay, but let's continue.
You don't know what it is. You don't know why you couldn't settle down in school.
I just couldn't settle down at school.
Did you tell your teacher?
Yeah, I just told my teacher.
You did? You sure?
Yeah,
What did your teacher say?
Teacher said you must be singing.
You must be what?
The teacher told me to not to sing.
So he told you not to sing, or he told you to sing?
Just told me to sing.
Yeah, but just you're not telling me why. I'm trying to figure out why you didn't.
So he's already getting frustrated.
So maybe I'm gonna have to call your school and find out why. Why, Joshua?
Because school is so hard.
Yes, baby.
Okay, let's continue. Okay, on music. Okay. Caregivers get overstimulated. Constant tapping, pulling, repeating, touching, calling your name over and over. I know. But y'all don't want to hear me. Mom, tap, 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 tap. Yeah, and sometimes your whole nervous system starts screaming silently. Some days it makes me lose patience quicker. Okay, not because you don't love your child, but because your body has been on all day. I know. And as sin parents, we are touched, needed, called on constantly. But I try so hard to hold it together in my whole body before reacting. When Joshua keeps tapping me repeatedly, I can feel myself becoming overstimulated too. Wow. It's one of my biggest triggers to lose patience. But I try so hard to regulate myself before responding because he deserves softness too. Huh. I know. Okay, so of course you're going to have your good days. But I make the argument for most parents like her, there's more hell days than happy days. I would love for someone to come just educate me, even debate me on, and try to convince me your days with children like this are more happy than sad. I would love for someone to come, convince me otherwise.
I was going to make Joshua this chunky chips, but I just thought to myself, let me ask him and actually give him the choice. He's 17, as a 17-year-old, was make their choice of what they want to eat because they're not babies anymore. So let's see what he's going to choose, because I'm thinking to give him this, but let's see what he chooses. So Joshua, for dinner, what would you like? I'm going to put the options out and then you can tell me, okay? Yeah. So the options you have: roasties, so mini roasties, potato stars, little French fries, or big chips. Which one do you want? You want the smaller fries? Yeah. Yeah? Good. We'll have that then, okay? Yeah. And your fish? Yeah. Okay, great. Good boy. Enjoy. Yeah. Want me to help you carry it? Do you want me to help you carry it? Yeah. Okay, I'll carry it for you. So.
Okay. Success as a sin parent isn't always about having the perfect day. It simply means today was hard, but if I fail today, I will try again tomorrow. Yeah, I hear y'all. It sounds nice. Sounds nice today because, no, shoot. Okay. Let me run through this again. There's a message in here somewhere. Let me find it. Okay, because a hard day doesn't mean a hard life. Tomorrow can still be peace, progress, and small, beautiful wins. You're still, man, yeah. This is the shit. If this is what I got to lie to myself, that I can't do it. God bless you parents that can do this. No. God bless y'all, because I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself. And I'm not saying these people are lying to themselves. I just know what I'm not cut out for. Autistic people don't care about others has been one of the biggest lies told. I'm sure they have some type of empathy.
Well, my girl, my Josh. What's up, dude? Yo, so you know how long I waited to meet you? You know how long I waited to meet you?
See, I don't want this for my child. I'm sorry. I don't want my child to be somebody's, goodwill, good. I don't know what's the term. Oh, what's the term? Oh, what is the term? I don't want my child to be someone's good day Samaritan for the. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want this for my child. I'm sorry. No. Nope.
Yeah. This is a big moment for me.
I'm good. No, you will not be. No.
Yeah, Joshua, you're telling me about being.
Stop it. What?
Can you just stop interrupting, man? Joshua, yeah, I'm listening to you.
So I said, that is why I don't like being older only.
So what, you want to be a baby forever?
Yeah.
That's not going to work, mate. Man doesn't want to stop paying. Leave this boy. Oh.
Leave me, I want.
Exactly. Man doesn't want to start paying bills. He said he doesn't want to grow older. You don't want to pay HMRC.
About that, ma'am. Once again, God bless these people. I'm not doing this. So you can see the legs. He has cerebral palsy. On top of being autistic. That's horrible, man. That's horrible. I couldn't. So that's his dad. Okay. God bless the parents. God bless his parents. I'm not cut out for that.
Drum roll, please. That's right.
Okay, let's not be stupid though. Mom's is holding. Mom's is holding something back there.
Ashley Boy Legacy. Come with us to receive our Community
Mom's
of
is
the
holding
Year
something back there.
2026 award. Thank you all for the nominations. We appreciate you.
Yep. So you get on here.
Okay, do you understand? They're not there unless their child is this way. Okay, let it sink in. They're not at this event unless their child has issues. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this.
We're going to be talking about the Community Group of the Year. The 2026 Community Group of the Year was founded by the parents of a remarkable young man and has become a vital source of support for families of children with special educational needs.
Listen, you know what? That's funny. I got a story. Okay, what do you thought about the account? The father had him exposed to extreme situations because the account character would have been nonverbal if not for the dad. Okay, I remember him making them fight early on, but he was military, and you're assuming his character would have been nonverbal, and he was clearly verbal, right? Because there was something with a puzzle or something, and the older brother helped him look for it. Okay. Either way, that could have either way with the character. So I used to date a woman who had an autistic son. At the time, he was 4 or 5, right? And she would give him all types of fits. She was one of those soft parents. She was a typical soft parent of a male autistic child, right? And she's from Jersey, and I have nothing bad to say about that woman. We had a good run, but she would let me babysit him, right? And then my whole thing was, this child knows right from wrong. Never mind the autism, right? There were times when he was nonverbal. He was nonverbal maybe 70% of the time, right? And unless he's like under duress or really wanted something bad, he was verbal. But it was one time he was doing something, and I grabbed him up and I said, "Hey." I remember saying something like, "That may work with your mama. I'm not your mama." I remember saying something like that. I like grabbed him by his shirt and I said, "I am not your mama." And I said, like, "Not your mama. Don't do that shit again." Something. That boy understood. Listen, let me tell you how bad he used to be. She would have to hold him, and when she'd take him to go get his haircuts, she would have to restrain him, arms and legs, for him to get his hair cut. Do you understand? And I remember sitting there watching that interaction, and I was like, I can't do this. I'd have beat his ass on the spot. And she's just like, it's okay. This boy's bucking back and forth. The barber's just like trying to be cool with this shit. I mean, she had to sit in the chair, and they put him in her lap, and she had to wrap her arms and legs around him. We're talking about a 4 or 5-year-old. And she had to really just physically restrain him from moving while getting his hair cut. And like I said, she's one of those soft parents. So when we had that little conversation, I never had problems out of him. And there times she would come home, she'd be like, "So he didn't give you any?" I was like, "Nah, we ain't no problems." She would come home, the house would be clean. He would be sitting there watching TV or just eating his, you know what I'm saying? Like, she'd be like, "What you do?" "I ain't do nothing." "What you mean?" "I'm not you." I'm not his mama, you know? And I'm sure for a while, she thought I was probably beating him half to death, which I didn't have to. Because that child understood what she allowed him to get away with. And he understood what I was not allowed to, going to let him get away with. There were times when, we'd be in a room and he'd be acting in the living room, and she was like, she'd tell him 4 or 5 times, hey, stop. And I go in there and say, "Hey, sit down, clean us up." And would be no problems. And then she saw for the first time, like, okay, maybe it's him. Maybe, maybe I am a little bit soft in the parenting department, but you can't tell no woman that shit. She got to see for herself that her way isn't the way. Nonetheless, nothing bad to say. Last time I spoke with her, he's way more verbal now. I think he's pretty much on pace with the rest of his classmates. And I have no horror stories to report. So, but listen, I'm not letting nobody's child try. I don't give a fuck what your diagnosis is. I will not play that with you. You understand right and wrong. You understand what your parents allow you to get away with. It's really just that simple. You want to break it down to dominance and submission? Fine. Okay? These names, y'all killing me right now. Hey, exactly. Listen, mom makes the rules. Dad is the enforcer. Okay? That's how it is, and it's always been, and that's really parental law. Mom makes the rules. Dad enforces the rules. She's the enforcer. When shit goes left and you buck at mom, she go get, she's the backup. She's the 45 tucked away in the small of her back. Dad's the 45. Already cocked. You understand? That's all dads are. They just enforce the rules. That's it. I don't mean it. I'm not here to minimize dad's roles, but that's what mainly dads are for, to enforce the rules. That's it. Okay? But once again, this child would not be here had he not had these disabilities. Okay? God bless these people, but I'm not built for this. Ain't no way in hell. I'm good. No, thank you. I'm good. No, look here. So it's constant meltdown. Wow, should be interesting.
Dad don't call me stupid for no reason.
No, he didn't call you stupid. It's because you're going on about your birthday that is in December. So he said, that you should stop about this. He said, the stupid birthday you keep going on about. He wasn't calling you stupid. And I'm sorry about that, okay? Yeah, Dad shouldn't have said that. I think he shouldn't have said that. But Dad has had a long day at work, so he's just had enough. So
listen, the boy's birthday's in December. She posted this in April. Buddy, you a few months early. You a few months early. Come on.
But because you're talking about your birthday, and Joshua, I've told you it's in December, and I told you, do you want us to do the birthday in May? You said no. June, you said no. July, you said no. You want your December birthday, so we have to wait, Joshua.
Yeah. That's why.
Tisa, turn your hand.
That's why I'll just have to still wait.
Yeah, you just have to wait. I know it's a long time, but you have to wait.
So let's see what she says here. Sure. She says, some days parenting a child with autism feels like living inside a loop. You can't quite pause. Right now it's birthdays. Joshua knows his birthday is in December. He knows it with absolute certainty. And because of that, he reminds us every single day, no, not casually, not in passing. It's a fixed point in his mind that he returns to over and over again, like his brain just can't step outside of it long enough to rest. We've tried everything. We've done calendar break countdowns, crossing off the days together. We've broken time into just a few more weeks. We've even tried giving him 2 birthdays to help bridge the gap, but none of it sticks because in his world, the truth is still the truth. His birthday is in December, and no strategy seems to override that loop. What's hard and sometimes people don't always see is how emotionally and mentally draining that can be as a caregiver. Answering the same question, managing the same disappointment, holding space for the same frustration every day. It adds up in a quiet, exhausting way. So daddy already snapped on his ass. Daddy ain't your mama. At some point, your daddy gonna be like, look, no, I ain't your mama. Okay? But here's the thing: we don't stop trying. We keep looking for ways to support him, to meet him where he is, and to make the waiting feel a little less overwhelming. Y'all, I ain't no way in hell. Y'all got it, man.
So because you're holding me so tight, because you're upset, you were scratching my skin. So now I have to make sure that your nails are nice and short, so you stop hurting mommy. Okay?
Yeah, because I always want to.
I know you always want your birthday. I know. But we have to wait, okay? Yeah? Are you gonna do good waiting? Yeah, I'm proud of you. Okay, can you stop crying, please? Yeah? Yeah.
I always want to wait.
I know.
Yes, all you parents with these types of issues with your children, please put your film on. Please record your children. Show the real side of life, raising these children with these type of issues and disabilities. Stop lying to the people. Or stop letting people drink the Kool-Aid and be like, oh, these people, they got it all figured out and there's no issues. No. Show it. Show the ugly parts of this type of parenting with these types of kids. Okay? Okay. 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 Oh, let's see here.
I gotta set it, then I gotta go, and then I gotta get it.
Okay. So let's turn this down, see what happened. I just got back from holiday and why I'm overstimulated already. Josh, with the minute I return. Okay. So he's already. Okay. So he already fixated on her. Okay, I get it. Oh, let's go here. 2 days ago, I had to face it. I had serious back and hip pain, and on our last day of holiday, I could not weight bear properly. I could not fake it anymore. Not only do I have scoliosis, so damn, she physically, oh my gosh. But I've been pushing through sciatica pain for years. I know what that's like. Trying to be strong for everyone. This pain started during my pregnancy with our second child. I wore a belt to stabilize my mobility. Just kept on soldiering on, carrying Joshua for years because of his cerebral palsy has not helped either. I do not regret it for a second. All right, my bad. Power outage, y'all. Power outage. Shit, man. I was like, we paid the bill? Did we pay the bill? we paid the bill, right? All right, we back. All right. Okay, we back. Okay. All right. Where was I? Let's go back here. Okay. So here we go. So she was saying she's been faking her physical well-being is taking its toll, right? Now, once again, this is the content people need to see. I thought them people got mad. Hey, shit, man. I was like, I really wasn't saying nothing bad. Let's go here. She says, I do not regret it for a second, but physically it has taken its toll. I've been strengthening through exercise, doing what I can to support my body, but even strength has limits. During the holiday, I try to walk faster, catch up, move like I used to when I was in pain, but this time no more. As I grow older, the pain speaks louder. I'm learning that true strength is honesty. Honesty about pain, honesty about aging, honesty about not always being superhuman. I had to pause and admit that I cannot move as fast anymore. I've been trying, but I am damaging myself in the process. He asked me, have you been faking being strong? I replied, yes, and honestly, it came with relief. Sin moms, how long have you been pretending you are fine because you feel like you have to be? Yeah, I wish more parents were this transparent. I wish more parents were this transparent. let's see what's going on with you. You said, so you got an autistic kid. Raising my 25-year-old autistic son in a world that wasn't built for him. Real moments, feelings, and life. Here we go. So he's 25. Let's see what happened here.
What do 23-year-olds do in their life?
From how.com. Many 23-year-olds are either embarking on their adult life, out of college with a new job, or enjoying the last hurrahs of their carefree youth.
So I heard my 23-year-old autistic son asking Alexa this question, and my heart was so sad for him. Sad because I feel that autism has taken the ideas of a typical life away from him. I wish that the world could see his path, although different, but just as meaningful. Life isn't a one-size-fits-all. Listen, the way the economy is going everywhere, ma'am. Okay. So he is 25 years old. Some of y'all would be like, he still live with his mom. Well, apparently, he's not able to do so because he's autistic. Okay. Oh, okay. Y'all got it, man. Y'all got it. Will he ever be able to be an individual that can live on his own? Like, some of y'all really are prepared to, you think, I just don't know, man. What happens when you get older and then there's no one else to keep the care going for him or her, whatever the case may be? Let's go and see. Let's see.
Everybody needs to hear this.
1 month ago, a SEN dad messaged me on Facebook about his autistic son who had been out of school for 7 years. His tribunal delayed 3 times. He said that his son will now be out of education and employment for the rest of his life. And he said, and I quote, that he had been left to rot. His son had been left to rot by his local authority and the NHS. I wrote to him to say how sorry I was, suggested how he could get help and put him in touch with his MP, but then 2 weeks ago he wrote to me, "My son is very unwell and I can no longer carry on. I'm mentally and physically exhausted and I'm electing to end my life."
Wow. Listen, this was so random. This was so random. So random. So now what's going to happen? Like I said with this other lady from Middleborough, you're going to have a lot of these parents that don't have institutions in place to take care of their children when the parents are gone. Not a lot of people want to take in your kids. A lot of family members don't want to take in other family members' kids if they're regular kids, let alone a special needs child, let alone a grown-ass special needs adult woman or female. Y'all, my gosh. Okay, this is horrible. But this is going to be the reality. And I'm so glad this is starting to come out now. Because now, they're hard conversations people that need to start having. Let's go.
I intend to find peace.
The woman
I simply can't continue, and I refuse to see my son deteriorate further. There'll be no one to care for him, so now the NHS will have to care for my son. We called 999 immediately, and emergency services sent an ambulance.
Let me guess, they got there too late. I'm guessing they got there too late.
We've seen too many families like this. I presented to the government and published in the Times.
They don't hear you. They don't hear you. Listen, I see 6', 12-year-old autistic kids better than me. But let these women be like, oh, he never. Okay, gotcha, ma'am.
Evidence that hundreds of SEND children are avoidably killing themselves due to public authority negligence. ITV has published evidence of misconduct and law breaking on SEND by 117 local authorities. I believe the government is serious about SEND reform, and I'm grateful to the Minister for coming to Dorking tomorrow to meet Surrey SEND families. But family after family has testified to me that the legal rights the government is seeking to reduce can be the difference between life and death.
Hey, you know what? I hate to say this. Stop having these kids. Get the genetic testing. I think genetic testing should be available for all expecting parents, and they should run tests for everything. And I think every parent should be at the very least aware of what they're looking at their child of becoming or possibly becoming or having. You know, we have the technology. There's no excuses for this shit anymore. So no, there should be no parent that the baby pops out like, we didn't see this coming. That should no longer happen. The parents are owed at least the right to make a decision, but society doesn't want these kids. They don't even want to take care of grown individuals. You understand? Like, no. There's no easy answer. There's no easy answer.
Kyron, so you know it's Autism Awareness Month.
Yes.
What does having autism mean to you?
Well, it means that I'm very different, but it also means I'm very much like everyone else in my family.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just like to go out into public, you know, and meet other people.
Yes. Do you remember when I told you you were autistic?
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Well, it made me feel, it made me feel okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was afraid to tell you that you're autistic, so I waited a long time.
Yeah, I know.
Because I didn't know how you would feel. But when I told you that you were autistic, I saw the smile on your face.
Okay. Hey, man, whatever works for y'all. She said, back then it was a disability. Today it's a neural. Okay. All right. I'm going to leave it there, man. Once again, make of it what you will. I'm just telling you what the reality is. I'm just telling y'all what the reality is. Okay. Let's move on. Oh, look here. Look, what is this? Oh, dogs. Oh, look, we got more pit bulls. Huh. Okay. Go figure. We got more pit bulls. Okay. I love when these pit bull experts, you should look for these signs in your dog. Like, okay.
My first reaction is to stay calm and I get the slip lead. I make the decision. My first reaction is to stay calm and I get the slip lead. I make the decision to place the slip lead around Sasha because she seems to be the aggressor. At this point, I'm using all my power to lift Sasha off the ground with one arm, and with my other hand, I've got V4 at the back of his neck. Sasha falls into a state of semi-unconsciousness and I drag V4 off her. V4 is placed outside and I go back in to put Sasha in her kennel. After placing Sasha, I then place V4 in his kennel. Right now, I'm in a state of shock. After reviewing some CCTV, this is what I've concluded. For reasons unknown, 10 minutes prior to me arriving, Sasha and V4 have had an altercation in the kennel. The altercation seems quite serious and lasted just under a minute. Sasha goes into the kennel and V4 stays outside. 10 minutes later, I arrive thinking everything's fine, and Sasha comes out and lunges at V4.
Lord have mercy. Both dogs will not be left unsupervised again. I will update soon. Boy, y'all keep making excuses for these these are Cane Corsos. My apologies, y'all. So even the Cane Corso's acting wilding out. Oh no. I'm not there with I hate all dogs. I frequent his page. I'm not there yet. But man, shoot, let's go here. We definitely got pit bull action. This is definitely pit bull action here. We definitely got pit bull action here.
At first, this appears like this dog attacks its own human. without any warning. We need to understand the history of their relationship. But let's watch this in slow motion as the dog gets up on the couch with the human. There's lip licking, well eye, and stiffness in the body language. This tells me that the dog is kind of uncomfortable even though it's laying with the human. Because dog attacks do not just come from nowhere. Was there a abusive relationship, or do these guys roughhouse?
Well, I swear these dog experts got every excuse in the world for these ticking time bombs. But okay, educate us, Doc.
And this dog just thought, hey, it was time to play. What do you think? Was this enough warning, or is the dog actually trying to play or attack the owner? At first, this appears.
Yeah, I know. Every excuse in the book. Stop humanizing your animals. Exactly. I can never understand why people treat their pets like babies. What is a dog doing in your room and on your bed? Anyway, Asians are waiting to make in case you want to turn it into a delicious meal. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, no need to understand. The dog is history. Okay. Okay. Yeah, y'all got it, man. Y'all call y'all dogs y'all babies and shit. I'm like, oh man, okay, God bless you, man. God bless you, man. God bless you, man. Let's go here. Serena did what a lot of people didn't think she could do. She won a double. Pay attention. It was a doubles game, not singles. She's 44 years old. Everybody don't get stupid on me, okay? 44 is 44. I don't care how well you take care of your body. I don't care what you used to be as a tier 1 athlete. 44 is 44. That's why she came back playing doubles, not singles. Because she probably beat someone ranked in the 200s at her age, possibly. But, let's go. This was good, though. I'm happy for her. Shit. I'm happy for her nonetheless, but let's not get stupid.
Had a chance to speak with Serena after that victory. He also had a chance to speak with Serena after that victory. Let's go down.
Well, Serena, Vicky, both a very welcome sight to see you back on the practice court. Finally able to see you two team up together. Want to get your initial thoughts on how you felt you played.
Well, we had a lot of fun.
We did have a lot of fun,
I feel like there's room for improvement.
As I'm sure I expected you to say.
There were so many times in the match where we were kind of just like, this could be so much better. We could be doing so,
this is embarrassing that I missed that. Oh my God.
Yeah, but it was a little funny. We had a little bit of humor to it, and it kind of made me more relaxed. And we.
So they beat the 3rd ranked team in the first round. That's pretty good. That's impressive. In the first round of that tournament, that's still impressive.
At the end of the day, we just went for it. Both of our game styles, I feel like, complement each other very well. And, that really helped us get through today.
I was going to ask about that because there was a lot of laughter.
Okay, does Serena not look like Jonathan Majors? Listen, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going there. She looks more like Jonathan Majors than she does Serena Williams. Come on, man. I hate to do this to y'all. I hate to do this to y'all, but she don't. But does she not look like Let me find it. Where's it at? Nope. Here we go. Do they not favor each other, man? No. Yes. No. Yes. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but she looks like Jonathan Majors. Stop playing in your face. Okay, come on, let's go.
And I'm not used to seeing you laugh so much on the match court. I mean, you guys were having a ball out there. So was that kind of just a way to loosen up the vibes, or were just the vibes just going that well that you felt like you wanted to have a little fun?
I think it was actually it was the vibe, and it was also just us being realistic a little bit. We were kind of just like, I don't know, say she missed like 2 returns or I missed 2 returns, and we'd be like,
Gosh.
Damn, we suck. Like, I don't know. No, but I mean, it does loosen up and it brings a good positive vibe. And I mean, in doubles, you got to be positive a little bit to get through. So
The vibes look great. One last question. I'm curious to know, obviously you're a perfectionist. I'm sure there's a lot you're going to take from this match. What are some areas you guys plan to work on to get ready for the next round?
Well, I think Vicky's doing great. There's a lot of I need to make some returns next match, which I will. I didn't miss one in practice, but yeah, that was a little embarrassing out there. But the good news is we can do better. I can do better. I don't know about you. Did great.
We both could always. There's always room for improvement.
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, she's 44. There's a reason why she chose doubles and not singles. Okay, good for her nonetheless. I think a lot of former top tier athletes want to see if they still want to test themselves even in their older ages, as they should. I have nothing against it. Why? I mean, why wouldn't you? That's just my take on it. Okay, let's go here. I've been seeing this video all over the internet. I want to see what this is all about. I'm curious.
We should write a note to a teacher who made a difference.
Okay, wait. At my daughter's 8th grade graduation, there was a table for students to write a note to a teacher who made a difference. This was her response.
No one made a difference.
Oh.
No one.
That's not me.
No one did.
Are you sure?
I'm being positive.
Not a single teacher.
No.
We should write a note to a teacher.
So how was she able to graduate then, if no one made a difference? Wow, these kids. So this is all the mama. Her feelings are valid. Telling her that's not nice doesn't help. So y'all back in the kids' play. Okay. Teacher here. It's damn hard to focus on kids when budgets keep getting cut. Curriculum is so strict to never allow for creative ways to learn, and teachers are forced to serve 280 different kids every day. I'm ex-military, so I control my class as well, but y'all should see the average middle-aged teacher trying to wrangle a class of 35 kids addicted to social media with the attention span of a TikTok video. Granted, not every kid is like this, but if we want teachers to make a difference to kids, we need to see our leaders make a difference to teachers. Teachers are so thoroughly disrespected. Okay. All right, I guess. Shit, man. All right, I guess no kid had an impact on her. I don't know about her, but I got a autograph book full of my kiddos are like, Coach, come back, Coach. Okay. Let's go here. Dynasty, one of the best shows ever on TV. I didn't know all these guys were gay outside of Rock Hudson. I didn't know all these guys were gay. So, okay, we all know Rock Hudson. I mean, HBO Max has a documentary on him. But all these other guys I didn't know. Gordon Thompson, he played Adam. In 2017, Gordon Thompson publicly came out as gay. He revealed that the social attitudes of the time, along with Hollywood's treatment of L. Gibbets, people during the AIDS crisis, made it impossible for him to open up about his sexuality during the height of his fame. I didn't know, Adam. What? Let's continue. Kevin Conroy. We should already know this because of the Batman thing, but a lot of people don't realize Kevin Conroy came from Dynasty. Okay, so a lot of late Gen Xers and Zs only know Kevin Conroy as the voice of Batman, but early Xers, I don't know. Maybe all Xers should know Kevin Conroy came from Dynasty. I don't know. I don't think most Xers know if they didn't watch Dynasty, right? But everybody after that knows Kevin Conroy for Batman. But Kevin Conroy, right? During his early career, Kevin Conroy actively kept his sexual orientation a secret from most of his professional peers. He faced significant discrimination, including casual homophobia and being dropped by casting directors once they learned he was gay. Helmut Berger. Berger is perhaps best known to Western audiences for his 83 to 84 guest of Dynasty. For 9 episodes, he played Peter de Villiers, the sleazy, jet-setting fiance of Fallon Carrington, who dies in a plane crash. Berger was in a relationship with legendary Italian director Luciano Visconti for 12 years. What the hell? Paul Keenan. Man, listen, it's a mind flip, isn't it? Paul Keenan appeared on Dynasty as Gardner and stableman Tony Driscoll. After leaving Hollywood in 85, he publicly revealed that he was gay and living with AIDS. Just 5 months after sharing his story, Paul passed away in 86, one day after his 31st birthday. Wow. Paul Shinar. You fucking little monkey. What did I tell you? I didn't know. So. Not so. Lord Jesus. Sosa, y'all. You fucking little monkey. What did I tell you? Hey. We all remember that infamous phone call when they failed to blow up the homeboy with the wife and kids. I ain't no killer, man. I don't kill wife and kids, man. Oh, not motherfucking Sosa. Lord Jesus. Oh. Wow. Paul Shinar played Blake's psychic Jason Denner on Dynasty. He made guest appearances on the hit primetime drama across 3 episodes in 82 and 83. Shinar was gay and was involved with British actor Jeremy Brett. After the couple separated, they remained close friends until Shinar's death from AIDS in 89. What in the entire effery? What is this? I need to follow this. What in the holy hell? Wow. Oh, getting back to parents of children with special needs. Here you go. Destiny Wilson poured gasoline on herself and set herself on fire inside a Hampton, Virginia home, taking herself and her toddler, Jamie Lee. Family members desperately tried to get Destiny into a shower to put the flames out, but the fire spread too fast. Little Jamie Lee was in the front room of the home when the fire overtook it. The blaze grew too intense for anyone to reach her, and she was pronounced dead at the scene. Destiny later died at the hospital from severe burn injuries. Destiny's mother said her daughter had been previously institutionalized, had threatened to off herself before, and had become overwhelmed caring for Jamie Lee, who had autism, cerebral palsy, and a disorder that caused her to self-harm. I'm going to keep on this. As long as I'm on YouTube, I will keep finding these stories, pulling the veil back, because a lot of you parents with these type of children are suffering in silence, putting on fake smiles for the world to see. Okay? I remember when I first said that most parents lying to y'all. They don't want these kids. Sly, come on, man. Sly, you ain't right. Yeah, okay. I hate that I say I told you so like this, but I'm telling y'all so. Most parents hate. You can look at them and tell they're miserable. But society, they're worried about what shame from society is going to tell them, make them feel. But how could you? It's your child. Like, what? Do you see my child? Do you see? You can't even. And you want to subject me to a lifelong of dealing with this? This is a good-looking woman. This is a good-looking woman. Oh, they took it down. I know why, because that story was pretty dramatic. Let me see if I can find it. Let's go see if I can find it on news. I mean, I'm sure I can. Destiny Lee gasoline. I mean, y'all welcome to to push back on me all you want. I mean, I hear you. I hear what y'all be saying, but the reality is, yeah, this is it. Oh, that they took that whole page down? Wow. Let's go. Let's go here.
We have new reporting on one of yesterday's. Now, we have new reporting on one of yesterday's big stories at 6 out of Hampton.
10 on Your Side has learned a second life was taken by a fire in the city. This happened early morning Monday on Chippendale Court. Today we learned both an adult and child died in that fire. Our Chris Horn has more on this new information.
We had heard that this case involved 3 generations in the same house on Chippendale Court Monday morning, and there was a horrific outcome. Well, unfortunately, we confirmed that this afternoon. This was a tragedy. Inside the house Monday morning were 6 people, including a grandmother, her 34-year-old daughter, Destiny Wilson, and Destiny's 3-year-old child, Jamie Lee. According to the grandmother, her daughter had mental illness, had been institutionalized, and had threatened suicide before. Wilson poured gasoline on herself and set herself on fire. The 3-year-old was in the front room of the house where the damage was worst. Once that room caught fire, the grandmother says the child could not be rescued and died in the fire. Wilson had severe burns. She died as a result at the hospital. Neighbor Donna Weeks shares the shock of the Forest Park community following the discovery Tuesday that one of the victims in a house fire 1 street away was a child.
I feel for that family now, or their family and those that love them. It's tough, and never expected it to be a tragedy like that, so close, right behind us.
The young child, just 3 years old, who also died in the fire, had autism and cerebral palsy. Today, only reminders of the young life that was taken.
I know fires, can happen, but a tragedy like that is so sad.
Don't worry, you're gonna see more stories like this in the coming years, okay? Because once again, it's time to pull the veil back on these parents that are suffering in silence. Why does society make people feel like they have to take care of what society would deem damaged goods? I'm sorry, all children are not blessings. You want to spend the next whatever years you got left dedicated to raising some and that will never be able to fend for its own. That's the life you want. And on top of that, you want that for your child as well. Hey, once again, whatever works for y'all, works for y'all. God bless y'all. Y'all work it out. Cool. But I'm not going to suffer in silence. I'm not going to suffer. Sorry. What the doc say? The test says what? Okay. Well, thank you for making my decision clear. Okay.
Now we have.
Okay. I'll be here to say I told y'all so and tell you the reality is exactly what this is. It's all good. All good. All good. All to the good. Oh, let's go here. Do we want to go here? No, I don't care about this. Okay. Once again, so the doc tells you, okay, once again, this all stemmed from Jesse Ridgway. No, I've been saying this for years, though. I've been saying for many, many years, I am not the type to, I'm not going to raise no defective child. Now, you call me what you want. Call me honest, okay? Now, you may have a man at home or a husband, whatever, and he'll probably never tell you if y'all had a messed up kid that he don't want to be bothered with it. Most men are afraid to tell women how they truly feel, especially when it comes to the state of their children, genetics and all that good stuff. Most men want a Viltrumite, okay? Or a half-functioning Viltrumite, okay? Because that's part of the man's self-image. He looks like me, he functions like me, that's part of me, that's little mini me, that's me. Me is working. You know, when he had to work, when he's in a wheelchair at 15 years old and his limbs are all shot to hell and he's still wearing a pamper and he can't say words, men kind of take that a little to heart. So most men will never tell their wives, I don't want to do this with you, or maybe we not raise this, maybe we not have this. So you run the risk. I'm telling you right now, I would not. I'm not gonna be bothered. Let's not do this. This is Sparta. So you want to spend whatever good years you got left raising someone that will not be able to fend for themselves after you're gone, and put the life of your sickly child in the hands of strangers. God, hey, have at it. That is your right. I'm telling you, the majority of these parents are suffering in silence. It's been a lie. These parents hate life, but they'll never come out and tell you. Okay? All right. Okay. Let's see. What the fuck is up with my Twitter, son? I closed a bunch of apps, son. Okay, let's do Twitter. I'm so pissed right now. Okay, I'm gonna have to go into my settings and okay. I don't know what you said. What did you say? You prefer to terminate? Yeah, I prefer to terminate. There you go. There's your answer. Yes. Just like Jesse Ridgway, they terminated their pregnancy 4 months into receiving that they're gonna get 95% trisomy 18. Yeah, I would terminate. Yes. Okay. What more do you want from me? You want me to lie to you? No. Hey, that's your right to raise a child that's going to require lifelong work and resources, and will never ever be able to fend for themselves. It will never be a contributing member of society. It will always be a drain to society. Yeah, if that's what you want to do, if that's your contribution to society, is someone that can't perform any self-governing functions and is always going to require help from the state and government, have at it, man. It's America. Okay? I said you don't want to raise kids. No. And most men don't want to. But most men are too scared to tell you that. Are you offended? Are you offended? If you're offended, you don't have to be here. People, hey, y'all, in the chat, how many years have I been saying this? This is why I new people kill me. Y'all in the chat who've been following me, how many years have I been saying I'm not dealing with no messed up kids? How many years have I been on this microphone saying I'm not dealing with no messed up kids? This is Sparta. We are raising Saiyans and Viltrumites. Okay? Well, am I supposed to feel bad for saying that? What the fuck? No, all children are not blessings. Sorry. If I don't have custody of them, what do you want me to do? Now you're moving the goalpost, but okay, I'll bait you before I get you up out of here. So if I'm a non-custodial parent, I pay the monies, and what else you want me to do? It's like you want to pick a fight. I got time for you. You want to pick a fight? I'm here for you. So, whatever. Man, many. Oh shit. Okay, damn. Don't say it like that. Why would I be worried about kids I don't have in my custody? Why? They're not in my custody. You I got other kids out there, but guess who gets everything in the fucking will? They're not in my custody. Why am I concerned about other kids that are not in my custody? Why would I be worried about children I have no sphere of influence over? Guess who gets everything in my fucking will? Okay, let me go and get you up out of here. Hold on. Hey, y'all, don't touch her. Don't touch her, y'all. I'm assuming this is a woman. Don't touch. Let me get you up out of here. I got you. Okay. That was weird. Ooh, shit. Damn. That's bad. Yeah, we're not doing Lemmy. We're not doing Lenny. Take care of that rabbits, George. Are we gonna take care of the rabbits, George? Are we gonna feed the rabbits? Yes, Lenny. We're gonna feed the rabbits. We're gonna feed the rabbits, George. I mean, yo, John Malkovich played the hell out of that role. Oh, it was so bad. I felt so bad for Lenny because he didn't. Lenny, clearly autistic, severely autistic, had the mind, the limits of a child. Like he had the mind of a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, if that. You know, so that movie was excellently played. The character John Malkovich. The rabbits, George. Can you see the rabbits, Lenny? Yes, yes, George. I can see the rabbits. Can you see the rabbits, George? Yes, yes, Lenny. I can see the rabbits. Can you see the rabbits, George? You see the rabbits? Yes, yes, Lenny. Yes, George. I see the rabbits. Oh. Okay, there was a boy recently, 27, I believe, with autism. Nonverbal was, see? That's crazy. Okay, let me see what's going on my Twitter, man, because I can't get on Twitter for whatever reason. And it's infuriating me because I want to get on this Twitter thing. Okay, so let's do this. Let's clean up some windows. I don't want to restart anything. I don't want to do that for sure. Oh, you know what I can do? Just open another browser. Duh. Let's go to Safari. That's Google. Let's go to Safari browser and let's open that up. And we're going to go to Twiz. Forrest was clearly autistic. He was high functioning because remember, he was able to, I mean, for him to do what he did, start a business, become a millionaire and all the adventure, he was high functioning. Definitely high functioning. Definitely high functioning. But he was clearly autistic. Okay, y'all, let's go here. Let's go to Twitter. We're going to go to Twitter. We're going to use Safari. I'll continue with Google. Do I want to continue with Google? Let's do the passkey. Passkey. Yes, sign in, continue, yes. Okay, boom. All right, we in Twitter, y'all. We're gonna check out. Let's get to the U.S. men's national team for the World Cup. We're gonna go down the World Cup rabbit hole. It's a crazy rabbit hole. Whether you're for or against the politics of it, that's the bigger question. The politics behind FIFA and the World Cup is really, really interesting. Okay, so let me see. Let me go to USA versus Paraguay. I don't think you guys are giving these young bulls enough credit. I think they are a problem. I think they are a problem. Let me find it. I'm halfway through the documentary about the U.S. men's national team, and those young men are hungry. They are hungry. They're here to play. They're here to play. I'm not gonna count them out. I show speed is there. Okay, yeah. Let's go here. I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. I'm not the biggest soccer fan, but all my kiddos play soccer, so I'm kind of next to it but I'm here for it.
Back line, they've certainly done that. It's a big chance. It's an own goal.
Man, listen, I'm hyped.
Looked like it came off Jamian Bobadilla. And they're stretched down the right side of the defence again. Should be two. And it is two. And this time, no one is going to take the goal away from Following against Bolivia to draw, but they're under pressure, huge pressure! Sensational! Following Balogun!
Why y'all hate the U.S. so much that you want to reduce it down to where Paraguay's not a good team? Like, what the fuck, man? It's the World Cup. You had to qualify to get in, right?
Almiron doing well, and they've set themselves up nicely.
Like, I'm happy for these guys.
And it's the substitute, Mauricio, who celebrates. This is Reina. Oh, yes!
Man, they've already surpassed the amount of goals they scored during their last entire run in one game. I don't think y'all understand how big of a deal this is. They've already surpassed the amount of goals scored, equaling their last FIFA run 4 years ago. This team is different. Am I saying they're going to go all the way? They're going to take it? No, they're a problem. Would I be surprised if they medaled? No, I would not. These kids are hungry. And for a long time, people have been complaining about the level of U.S. soccer compared to the rest of the world. Unfortunately, Americans only care about football, basketball. Baseball is a distant third, okay? But these young boys come to play. I'm hyped for this. I don't understand why some of y'all, why do you not want them to do well? That is bothersome to me. Why do you not want these kids to do well? These young men. I don't understand that shit. Okay, let me see. USA. No, let's do this. Hold up. Let me minimize this. Let me go here. USN men's national team. So their schedule is this. So they play Friday, right? Australia at 3:45. Like, I don't understand why y'all. Like, these kids, these young men have come to play. Like, I'm happy for them. Okay, come on with the ads. Come on, man. Come on with the ads, man.
This was an absolute, I mean, we talked a lot about how this game goes is the level of confidence we're going to have going into the other matches. Mm-hmm. And we might be mushing people in the face coming into those other matches. That's like, I couldn't picture a better, other than maybe a clean sheet, I can't picture a better first match for the U.S. men's national team.
Yeah, I mean, the first half especially is I would say that was the greatest first half of football that Mauricio Pochettino has coached. The team was incredibly dominant with the ball. Paraguay.
There's some Tottenham fans angry in the chat right now, but okay.
Paraguay, could only dream of maintaining possession. The pressure was incredibly high. Tim Ream was high up. Tyler Adams was all over the place.
Dest was running circles around players.
To see how far forward Anthony Robinson and Serginho Dest are getting, especially Jedi Robinson is so far forward that he turns.
Okay, I don't want to hear from him. Let's go here. Tim Weah is my guy. But look at this. Look at majority melanated young men. The white boy with the blonde hair, he's good. Paulinchik is good. I mean, you got some. I mean, but overall, this is a bunch of young brothers. You know, to be fair, why you don't want these young men to do well is beyond me. Why would you reduce their win to the team they played was no good? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, don't do that. Don't minimize their accomplishments. You know how hard is it for them to get here? Oh shit, we're at the volume. There we go.
It's just a few weeks away, and today dreams realized for the official roster reveal. Reagan Holgate's in studio with more.
Yeah, so all eyes here in the tri-state were on all-star defender Miles Robinson. Would he finally get the chance to make his long-awaited World Cup debut? Considered one of America's best defenders, this was his best chance at a spot on Team USA's roster. And just moments ago, it became official. A lifelong dream realized. Robinson will officially represent the red, white, and blue on the World Cup stage. Man. We all thought 2022 was going to be his year, but an ACL injury kept him sidelined. Fast forward 4 years later, and his time is finally here. He spoke with Fox 19 ahead of the reveal about what this moment would mean to him.
I would implore everybody to watch the documentary on HBO Max. It chronicles the last roughly 6 years of these young men's lives from the last, for these guys, last 4 years, but it goes back to all the way back to 2012 World Cup. But the one in Qatar, guitar, right? It goes from that all the way up to now, how we got here with this team. Man, these young bulls can play.
Yeah, I mean, it's something I've dreamed of my whole life. It's something
Look at that light bright.
Accomplish my whole life.
Not happy for the light bright?
As I continued to play soccer throughout my youth, career, college, professional, it started to get closer and closer, the reality of actually potentially, participating in a World Cup. But it's something, I've been hopeful for a long time, so I'm just as hopeful now.
Hopeful and ready that his moment would finally come. A dream.
Listen, man, let's look at the roster. Because them young studs, man, young World Cup roster. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for them. Let's go here.
It's 8 days to the start of the World Cup, but 9 days until the U.S. men's national team's debut in the World Cup against Paraguay on June 12th. Of course, Australia and Turkey to follow in that group. They do have friendly on Saturday against Germany in Chicago on June 6th. The rosters are locked. And my biggest question to you is, we talked about this before the show, where 2022, we felt good about where the team was at the end of the World Cup. Maybe the process did not go as well. When you look at this squad in 2026 compared to the 2022 squad, which squad is better for you?
Well, I do think that there was an amount of progression, World Cup upon World Cup, cycle upon cycle, for some of the players. But I think as we start to look at, I guess we'll kind of go through it position by position, is the U.S. in a better place now than they were 4 years ago? Are some of those players we talked about getting better? So let's start first with the goalkeeper position, because now we do see Matt Turner had the Arsenal badge next to his name, and that was when his career was in the ascendancy. He was getting to a place where Arsenal were interested in buying a goalkeeper who statistically was one of the best we've ever seen in Major League Soccer. Didn't quite work out for him at Arsenal, didn't quite work out for him at Palace, didn't quite work out for him at Lyon, and now he's at New England Revolution and has to reclaim that position. He has been statistically very good again in Major League Soccer, but is he going to be the number one? I think you compare the other options, it really is whether or not you consider Matt Freese to be a genuine contender for the position. I don't think we actually know that yet, because we didn't see Freese against Senegal, and we'll see if we see him against Germany if he is indeed going to be the opening day starter. But I think looking at this position, I would say it's roughly a lateral move, because it's completely dependent on how you view the form of Matt Turner going into the World Cup. I think going into 2022, you saw a goalkeeper on the rise, whereas now you kind of see him on the decline.
And Freese has had opportunities to play with the national team shirt, so it'll be interesting what decision Pochettino does make. We switch to defenders now, another key part of this team that you would say did have a strength here for this team, possibly in years past. Would you say it's a strength now with this 2026 squad?
I think it is better in 2026 than it was in 2022. I think you see Anthony Robinson took a real step forward in Europe with Fulham. I think Serginho Dest was kind of in a period where he didn't really know what his level was. We saw him at Barcelona. We saw him at Milan, which is where he was contracted to at the start of the World Cup. But now at PSV has been a locked-in player for them when healthy.
I'm not delusional. I don't think they're going to win the whole thing. I think they're good enough to medal. I'll just say that. I'm excited. This is the roster.
I thought I told you time and time again that we won't stop.
Man, but this is the roster. Yeah, Tim Wee is one of my faves, like instant faves, like, because his daddy played for Liberia. Look at all those light brights and dark brothers. Like, how could you not root for this? So let's see how many white boys we got on here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They look Latino. So you got 6 white boys, Latino, Hispanic, 5 or 6, and the rest light brights or brothers. How are you not rooting for this team? How are you not rooting for this team? How are you not rooting for this team? These guys are in their mid-20s, peak physical prime. He's 21. Cheesy Pete's, man. These kids are living a dream. These kids are living a fucking dream. Oh, homeboy from Naperville. Okay. That's what's up. I am excited. I will be tuned in. I will be watching this shit. Tim Weah. That's my guy. I'm excited for these guys. Okay, so let me get back to more. Let's see. US we're okay versus Australia predictions. Let's go there. Australia prediction. Okay, let's go here.
Place to start today, and that is with the big win for the US last night against Paraguay. When you look at biggest wins for the US in FIFA World Cup history, you've got to go all the way back to July of 1930 to match this one, a 3-0 win back then against Paraguay and Belgium, that being the opening match of the tournament as well. So much excitement surrounding the US right now. Casey Keller is joining us. Casey, what a performance we saw from the US last night.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I just missed out on that squad in 1930, and so I'm really excited that I was able to be watching that match last night. So, I mean, but I think once you go away from the first
1 minute, Casey, is that a lost voice we detect here?
What's
that? Have you lost your voice?
No, I have not lost my voice. It's 6 a.m. in the morning here in LA. That's my voice. But no, it was a situation where you had, probably after the first minute or two, Paraguay had just a little bit of a chance, a tight cross from the end line. And then after that, it was absolute total domination from the remainder of that first half from the U.S. And look, I think if they were just even a tiny bit more clinical in the final third, it could have been 4 or 5. I mean, that's how good that first half was. They absolutely pinned Paraguay in their half. Christian Pulisic was tremendous. Flo got the 2 goals, and it really was. It was one of the most dominating halves the U.S. have had. I mean, the only half I can remember was 2002 against Portugal, where we end up 3-0 up. But to then be able to come out of the second half, you know, you expected a response from Paraguay. You expected also the U.S. to be just that little bit more, you know, conservative with a 3-goal lead. They make the little bit of a mistake, the only real mistake in the match, which then gave Paraguay that goal. But then the subs came in and just galvanized everything, and then came in and Gio got that fantastic goal at the end of the match, and it really was a special night for U.S. soccer.
That is the way to do it, Ali. That's the way to start a campaign and put yourself in a statement win.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. They played with urgency. They looked comfortable. They looked confident. They played on the front foot, and they were able to finish their chances. And we haven't seen that in a long time from the U.S. Just such a dominant performance from.
Okay, let's go here.
For the U.S. in their build-up. Yes, they had moments, and yes, they gave us hope at different times that I wouldn't even say this performance was in the bag, that just a result was in the bag. Well, we got more than just a result. We got a tremendous performance as well. Now there's a little bit different pressure. Now going into the Australia game, it's like, can you replicate what we saw in this opening match? Because we all know that Turkey is going to be the real big test. And so get the job done in Seattle, and then go into that Turkey game knowing that you're already through in at least second place.
Let's talk about the turning point in the game. Obviously, if you were watching last night's ESPN FC, you'll see that this was discussed with the panel, whether it was the first goal, and then the feeling on the panel was that it was actually the second goal when Balogun put that ball away. Let's talk about the performance that he had last night, Ali.
Yeah, it was amazing to have a brace in the opening game of the World Cup, and to also choose the United States out of, you know, having the option of playing for England or Nigeria. That just shows the pride and the mentality that he wants to play with, and what he wants to prove himself, that he is the number 9 for the United States, and he did that last night. I mean, he had the confidence, he looked comfortable, he wanted the ball in big moments. He also was available consistently in and around the box to be able to be a threat. And Paraguay just didn't have an answer for his threat.
To your question, Kia, I thought the turning point was the opening goal, the own goal. And granted, it was 8 minutes in or whatever it was, and up to that point I thought it was a fairly even game, which kind of surprised me, given that Paraguay, as you expect, would be more defensive. But up until that point, I thought it was fairly even. And then the opening goal comes, and I thought that just threw fuel on the US's fire. And why I disagree with the discussion as to whether it was the second goal was the turning point. Remember, Balogun had a goal disallowed before that, rightly for offside. I thought from the time that goal went in, there was a sense of freedom about the US's play, and this was not about Paraguay going into
Okay,
this was about
I'm gonna leave it there. I'm hype. I'm hype. I will be tuned in. I will be tuned in. I will be tuned in.
I think this game has to set, such a level of confidence for the players, for the U.S. players going into that game against Australia. I don't know how nervous Australia needs to be even before their first game. So that against Turkey. But yeah, this is something where now going into this one, I'm like, yes, a draw kind of would be fine, but I think
those
maintain.
That was 4 hours ago. Not anymore.
Now,
I honestly think it depends, right? If they get bodied by Turkey, I can see them coming into this U.S. men's national team match and thinking we're gonna have to make it dirty, we're gonna have to make it rough, we're gonna have to make it, dark arts it a little bit in order to get a win. So I'm a little worried for our guys in that sense because they got kicked up and down the pitch against Paraguay. So I don't want to see anyone get hurt. And I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to turn into a rough match. But Australia, I think, has to second guess their plans.
Sure. I mean, the other thing to consider is Tyler Adams picked up a yellow card. If he gets a yellow against Australia, he would miss.
Yeah, he would miss the Turkey match.
So if he does get a yellow against Australia, then it's like you got to win against Australia. Because who knows how the game against Turkey.
Got to pad them stats, baby.
Yeah. So that's an interesting choice because Tyler Adams is probably the only one that there is no real replacement for him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's leave it there. Okay. Let's go to Hollywood. Michael has officially surpassed Bohemian Rhapsody as the domestically highest grossing musical biopic. The highest grossing biopic is still Oppenheimer at 975. So let's go here. So Michael did it. Michael beat Bohemian Rhapsody. Michael beat Bohemian Rhapsody. Nope. All right, it's official. We got one more goal. Well, actually, two more goals. The second goal is to catch Oppenheimer. The third goal is to hit 1 billion. Oppenheimer sits at 975. All right. Michael, excuse me, has grossed over $911.9 million globally, making it the highest grossing music biopic in cinematic history. It officially surpassed Bohemian Rhapsody at 911, but 900 grand. Also shattered all-time studio records to become Lionsgate highest grossing theatrical release ever. Domestically, this thing is killing it. $358 million. International still not where it needs to be. Congrats to Jafar and everybody that worked on this movie, but yeah, Oppenheimer's at 975. Let's see what it's Japan. Where are we at for Japan? I think it made about $10 million in Japan. Okay, here we go. The Michael biopic opened in Japan on June 12th, grossing roughly $2 million on its first day. $2 million, including previews for its first 2 days. This opening easily took first place in the country and more than doubled the opening day numbers of Bohemian Rhapsody. Once again, I said this thing needs to hit between 27 and 35 billion yen because Titanic made 27 billion yen, which roughly is $100 million in USD. So at 911, we're like 80 or 89 million short. I said if it hits 1 billion, it's going to squeak by. It's going to squeak to 1 billion. That's if you pray Lionsgate doesn't pull this thing from the theaters. Okay? Let's go here. Oh, the music. Get me. Oh, wow. That's dope. The handprint. Wow. It's still like with Asians, mainly Japanese, even Chinese, it's still like perplexing. Like you make so much fun of us, but yet you still adore us and worship us at the same time. Like what kind of shit is that? That's not mentally well. That's not mentally well. That's not mental stability. That's dope. The Michael staircase, that's tight. That's tight. Okay, Michael popcorn bucket hats. Let's see what he has to say.
To this, yet here I am filming it. Now, as most of you know, Michael was all set to break box office records. It was ready to defeat Bohemian Rhapsody and clench the $1 billion. But it really saddens me to find out that today, Tuesday, June 9th, Michael is available to stream at home.
Yeah, who would ever think to do that? So he doesn't believe it's going to hit. So basically 89 million away. I think it does. It's going to squeak by. And I mean squeak to $1 billion. I mean squeak. Michael, let's see, Michael. So he went there a week ago. Now, listen, I don't want to get sidetracked. But you see the color of his fiance, right? You see the color of his fiance, right? Why? I mean, are you surprised? Are you surprised at the color of his fiance? Is it a thing for you? Do you care? Am I tripping? Okay, let's continue. Yeah, you're not gonna have any. There's not gonna be no more black Hollywood couples like Denzel and Paula. So the last ones we got left, actually the last black couples in Hollywood you have left is Will and Jada. Will and Jada are the last long-standing black Hollywood marriages you have left. Everybody has divested. That is sad. That is sad. That is sad. Okay, that's what's up. Let me go to Twitter. Let's see if they was cutting up in the theaters in Japan, which I highly doubt because, they're so about manners and stuff. Let me see. Let's see if they're acting a fool like we were. And let's see if they're acting a fool in Japan. Nope, I'm not seeing anything. They are not wilding out. They are not wilding out like us. Okay. So here what we got. Once again, everybody's numbers have not come in at the same time. Michael is now tracking to hit 940 to 950 at the global box office this weekend after a superb #1 debut in Japan. It'll soon be Oppenheimer 975 to become the biggest biopic of all time. We're glad to beat Bohemian. We wanted to beat Oppenheimer, but we needed to hit $1 billion. Okay. So this thing hit $1 billion in 2 weeks. It hit $1 billion in 2 weeks. But I'm not seeing any madness in Japan.
It's interesting that in the US, people have been talking about the gap between what critics say and how the audience reacts. Because I'm not sure if you've seen Rotten Tomatoes, but the critic score is not very high, but the audience score is pretty high. So why do you think that kind of reaction happened with this film?
Well, first of all, I do think most critics critiqued his life, not our film. Critics are always tough on biopics. Critics didn't like Bohemian Rhapsody. It was 61% Rotten Tomatoes. So it was more than Michael, but not great. They like to think of themselves as more artistic critics. They'll score, Robbie Williams biopic with the monkey, 98%.
Monkey Man.
Nobody in America saw the
That was
movie.
so stupid,
Right?
but yeah,
so,
okay.
I think the fans and the general public have told the critics once again, that they're not listening to them. Bohemian Rhapsody, I was more upset because I felt it was a better movie. And then we win 4 Academy Awards.
Yes.
And $900 million at the box office.
That's the result, yeah.
And how many young people read critics anymore? Right? Really? They don't have the time
No, they have influencers to pick up the slack.
to read anything.
Yes.
So it's upsetting, but at the end of the day, I don't make movies for the New York Times. I make movies for the worldwide audience to come and celebrate, learn. I call them historical films because it's history they're learning, and have escapism. So, if the critics don't like that, then it's not going to stop me doing what I do.
I see, yeah.
If the audiences don't show up, then I'm going to second guess what I do.
Was there a moment when you realized this cannot just be an imitation?
From the very beginning, I knew there's no way of making a film about Michael Jackson by trying to mimic or be like an impersonator of him. You have to come at it from a deeper truth, like finding something within your own self that can relate to him, but also dissecting everything about Michael so you understand who he was as a person.
Yeah.
But that would have been a good interview. I don't want to go through the whole thing, no. Okay, so they were not acting a fool in the theaters like we were, y'all. So this is Michael in Japan back in 2007. Now, I would argue that this is not peak Michael. I think peak Michael was... Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, I think Mike had several peaks. But by 2007, it's like pretty much, okay, you can do whatever you want because you're Michael. But peak Michael, definitely Thriller, definitely Bad, and maybe Dangerous. So I think Mike had 3 peak eras. And I think those are the 3. Like I said, Dangerous is a question mark for a lot of people. I would consider Dangerous a peak era for Michael. Don't care for Invincible. Didn't care for History. That was clearly Michael on the down slope. I mean, I don't think that's up for debate, but this is still like, this is like Michael. It's Michael, y'all. Come on, Michael.
I just had a few ideas to do something special for Michael because I know it is not time for him to perform yet. So I figured let's keep his name out there. Let's do something positive for him. As our name is, Positive Productions, right? So.
Listen. Michael. That man's hyperventilating. You understand? Megalo. Listen, grown men did not weep for Prince. Grown men did not weep for Elvis. You understand? I only seen grown men cry over Michael. Sorry. I've only seen them only do it for Michael. I've seen grown men faint for Michael. Nobody else. Megalo. I love it. Now, mind you, this is not peak Michael. This is Michael on the decline, y'all. Okay, this is Michael on the decline, y'all. This is not peak Michael. This is Michael like, yes, I'm Mike and I did all these things. I can do whatever I want. You understand? Okay. So we don't have him wilding out. No dancing in the theaters, y'all. They're not dancing in the theaters. Okay, nobody's dancing. They're not doing what we do. Their celebrations are a little bit more stoic than ours. We're emotional celebrators. They're stoic celebrators. They're polite celebrators. Okay. All right. Let me see. Oh, yes. Let me get to the right to repair. Okay. Let's get to the right to repair. Yeah. Okay. Now, I know our state or a couple counties in our state have right to repair laws. Basically, you can't operate on your own vehicle. We just had Ford, the CEO for Ford, actually go to the White House and be like, hey, we need legislation to prevent people from working on their own vehicles. This is why the automakers are making their computers that way to lock people out so they can't tune them. Or not even just tune them, but to even repair them, even though Ford has a shortage of mechanics. Now, this is the crazy part. Let's go here. Ford mechanic shortage. This is insane work. This man said we don't have enough technicians to repair our vehicles. Do you understand? Like, how out of touch can you be? Not to mention their engines are blowing up. Cadillac engines are blowing up. Toyota those twin turbo V6s blowing up. This is how bad it's everywhere. It's bad everywhere. Automakers have lost sight of what it is to be an automaker. And when the Japanese are having the same problems as Americans, it's a wrap. Oh shit. This man is so out of touch with reality.
This morning when I woke up, there were 6,000 bays in our dealerships with no technicians. So can't get my car fixed. Nope. 2 weeks. Average wait is 2 weeks.
Okay, go to Ford's. They have a mechanic school, a technical school. Go to Ford. Pay get the classes. Become a Ford technician. You're gonna get overpaid. You're gonna have work because their engines keep blowing up. Okay.
Not because we don't have the parts, we don't have the mechanics. Factory workers, construction workers, farmers, all the people that move things, truck drivers, rail workers, and people fix things. Plumbers, electricians, HVAC,
all the non-sexy jobs, right? All the non-sexy jobs that don't require you to be on TV or don't get you no TV time, no TikTok time, no YouTube time, right?
People that basically work with their hands. Why is there a shortage of these workers? Well, it's a complicated problem, but there is, let's put it that way, literally 1 million openings right now. Technicians in dealerships working on cars. At Ford, we have 6,000, probably 400,000 repair technician shortages across the economy. First of all, the productivity has not caught up with the white collar. In fact, it's gone down over the last 20 years. Number two, the jobs aren't as glamorous.
Ah, there it is. They're not sexy, yes.
As a white collar job from college. And I think the permitting and all the regulations has really stunted the growth of these kind of jobs. This morning when I woke up.
This man is so out of it. Look at this. I wonder if he's considered the fact that modern cars are so overly engineered and complicated that nobody wants to be a mechanic anymore. Yeah. Yeah. This guy made about $25 million last year. The average mechanic makes about $22 an hour. Figure it out. Dealers around me are billing at $195 an hour, trying to bring in experienced techs at $20 an hour. Plus, it's flat rate, so you get burnt out warranty work and slow weeks. Can't imagine why there's a shortage. This guy doesn't get it. I was a senior master tech at a Ford dealer until 3 years ago. There's lots of work for sure, but the warranty labor time's way too low. We also worked 1 Saturday per month. I average working 50 to 60 hours per week. I'm at an independent shop now where I work 40 hours, no Saturdays, and making more than at a dealer with a lot less stress. This makes me so angry. My ex-husband was a mechanic. He paid a fortune for his education. He paid a fortune for his tools that were required that he own for all of those new vehicles that came rolling out different every single year. We paid a fortune for him to keep up with his profession, and he received less and less every year from the dealership. There's a reason your bays are empty, Mr. CEO. You were building your company on the backs of your technicians' families. Part of the reason you're short on mechanics is that your engineers design cars that are so hard to work on that no one wants to work on them. We are tired of getting screwed over by flat rate hours. That's why there's a shortage of workers. Everyone is tired of being at work for 80 hours and then getting paid for 40. It's not a complicated issue. In 2024, his total compensation was $24 million. Thousands of white-collar workers in Ford want his position, so they choose management tracks. Management tracks lead to higher positions with better lifestyle accommodations. The average Ford mechanic makes $65 to $75K a year, which barely covers necessities in today's world with inflation. It would be an accurate hypothesis to say if we raise the mechanics' salaries to $100K a year with benefits, then we would not have a shortage of mechanics. The macro issues is self-indulgence and income inequality. Those at the top understand macroeconomics, but choose to ignore the facts that because they don't benefit. Wow. I go to my local mechanic in the Northeast. U.S. dealers are charging $250 an hour. Cost of investment of tools and lack of pay is your biggest problem. Most mechanics have 40 to 100 grand in tools. Then you want to pay them like Walmart. Let's go here. Back in 2022, I started taking an auto mechanic class and was going to work at a Ford dealership near the school. I need to talk to Ty City about this. They were paying $13 an hour plus commissions on the jobs you do. But at entry level, you don't do the hard, expensive jobs, and they wouldn't pay. In fact, let me call him right now. Let me call him right now. Hold on, y'all. Let me call an actual diesel mechanic. Let me see what he's talking about.
What's up, bro?
Hey, you busy?
No, I'm good. What's up?
Hey, I'm on the live, but I got a question for you. The Ford CEO, I forget his name. The mechanic shortage or auto mechanic shortage. What are you seeing, or what's your take on that?
With the Ford guys?
Yeah.
Nobody going to school for tech jobs no more. All the tech schools shut down. Well, most of the major ones.
Oh, is it lack of enrollment?
Well, not only that, but cars way different now.
Right.
So it's like you're dealing with direct injection, you're dealing with networks, communication systems in the cars now. Like you can't go to school for 9 months and be in the field.
So are you seeing the same thing with diesel engines, or no? Or that's a different thing? They're not having.
Well, diesel's just been the same. It's the same principles with diesel. They're not the same.
So then, what do you see moving forward as far as the automotive engineering part?
Short term,
yeah.
I think you'll be all right. General repairs and stuff like that. Long term, it's automation. it's all the electric EV stuff. That's what's going to happen.
Huh. Okay. Okay.
Long term, if you want to be in it for a good while. But yeah, man, a lot of the older techs is leaving too because they don't want to work on the new stuff, bro. They kind of didn't train up the older guys. They just unleashed a bunch of new stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of, it's different because you're not really, especially at a dealership, you're not getting paid by the hour. You're getting paid by how long you're on a job.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine you get a job and you spend half the time figuring it out before you actually fix it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, they run off flag time. They pay by the flag out, stuff like that. Then stuff, all the newer stuff is out of warranty, and who paying to get the new stuff fixed?
Ain't
You know,
no-
most people, man, they either trading the car in or they just prolonging maintenance and stuff.
Yeah.
Because the maintenance is more expensive now too.
Also, the engine issues that they're having. I know Toyota's having issues with the bore scoring, metal debris left in the chambers that haven't been cleaned out. But then they go test the engines and they're like, nah, it's not debris. It's an engineering issue. So I know Toyota's having issues with their twin turbo V6s. I see a bunch of Cadillac engines.
Nah, they got a lot of. It's coming down to the metal, bro. They done cheaped out
Okay.
so far to the metal and stuff. Like, I know the Fords, right? The new Fords, they having like the issues where, well, not the Fords. It was the Nissans. The Nissans, they brought out the twin turbos on the on their line of cars. It's on the Infinities too.
Yeah.
And the metal in the heads was just porous. It was like they just, you know what I'm saying? It's supply issues. When people cheaping out on supply issues and stuff.
Okay. That's
And a lot of that stuff is like for with the tariffs and stuff too. So they're trying to source different things from different places that they usually get.
okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, they got it's a lot of trickery going on with that type of stuff too.
Okay. So do you think once Trump is out of office, the tariffs get restored, parts and supplies get restored, and we'll go back to somewhat a decent quality of automotive engines?
I don't know, bro. Like, because you gotta understand, man. I think it was it's a lot of big recalls, bro. The one with Toyota, man. You gotta understand, but they gotta recall like 50,000 engines
Right.
need to be replaced,
Yeah.
something like that, bro. It's like who knows what the damage is gonna be at the end and how they gonna make their way out of that.
Okay.
At the end, who knows, bro? Because man, and that's another issue too, because all that work get done at a discount.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine if you work there, because if you're a new tech, you're gonna be on warranty work. That's the work nobody don't want because it's discounted.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, but man, you got the Chrysler stuff got a bunch of recalls. The Toyota stuff got a bunch of recalls. Chevy just did a recall on like I want to say over 1 million trucks over the LS issue with the lifters. It's like it's been an issue, but it's like I think they lost a lawsuit or something like that. Ford just had one with the fuel injection pumps on the diesel trucks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just you know after they finance you for 8 years, like you know the bank they get their money.
They get their money, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so
Oh, okay. I appreciate the heads up and the info, bro. How you been? Everything good?
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm tired of these niggas asking me where the fuck you been. I'm like, listen, I'm not this man's spokesman. He's living his best goddamn life.
Yeah, man, I'm way out here. Way out here. I want to talk about these data centers, man. Whenever y'all get a chance, man, I gotta tell motherfuckers, man, this shit ain't. I told motherfuckers this shit wasn't gonna stop, man. Ain't nothing they can do about it. It's over with, man. We out of here. I told niggas get in proximity, bro.
God damn. All right, bro. I appreciate that. I ain't gonna hold you up, man.
Nah, but it's a good field to get into if you gotta understand though. You're gonna. It take a lot more now, like.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, well, especially like, and if I was to get in, I would go towards the Tesla. I would go towards that type of land.
So
I would go into the emerging stuff.
So-
I would go into new stuff. Like,
So-
I wouldn't even. Yeah.
well, so should they approach it as an engineering, from like going to school for engineering as opposed to a mechanic? Is that the way to approach it?
Well, yeah. Well, okay, so now they got stuff where they're kind of getting outside of, everything was pretty much regulated. So you had everything was a standard. With all the new cars, the new EVs and stuff, all these people running their own different systems and stuff now.
Right.
And, I mean, they just, I think a few years ago, standardized the chargers so they all can have like the same chargers and shit.
Right.
But yeah, you got the Chinese stuff that's gonna start coming through. You got the Tesla stuff, the Rivian stuff. Jeff Bezos, he finna launch his little. Have you seen the Jeff Bezos?
Yeah, I seen it. Yeah, I seen the baby Rivian trucks too, man. Hey, some of them Chinese trucks look clean as fuck, dog. What we talking about?
Yeah. I see some of them out here, man. They registered in Mexico. That's how they getting them in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they have Mexican license plates stuff, but it's little trucks, man. They cool as shit.
Okay.
They don't sell them here, but bro, they getting around out here, man. They like 16,000 too, bro. Little trucks.
So you don't think the U.S. will ever begin to allow U.S. vehicles be sold? Because I know how the restrictions work. Like they limit so many U.S. vehicles over there. We do the same over here. But it's so aggressive that you trying to get.
It's like it's gonna be like the 80s.
Yeah.
It's where it's like the Mitsubishi gonna team up with Chrysler,
Right.
Mazda with
Right.
Ford, Toyota with Chevy.
Yeah.
They gonna start doing that, but because it'll just be a straight takeover.
Okay.
If we just like EV cars is over here now. It'll be a
Shit.
straight takeover.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I think a lot of them. I think Elon going into robotics now. Like he shut down the production on like 3 models for Tesla already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said we're going into robots.
Shit. Okay. All right. Well, shit, man. I appreciate the heads up, bruh.
Yeah, man. Hey, we do gotta talk about these goddamn data centers, bro.
Hey, you let.
We talking about man. It ain't nothing they can do about it, man.
So
It's over with.
gotta get down and lay down, huh?
Yeah, man.
Damn it. All right, man.
I know.
Yep. There you go. Yeah, he alive, y'all. Everybody chill. Everybody chill. Ty City living his best life. Listen, I be trying to tell y'all this YouTube and his real fucking life. So shout out to Ty City, man. That's my man. That's my guy. But yeah, this shit here, man, with the automotive industry, it's getting crazy. Because then we have right to repair laws here in the state of California that basically, are going to prevent you from being able to work on your own vehicle. And let's go with the kill switches. Let's go here.
Of this kill switch situation.
Yeah.
This one blew me away. Tell them about it.
I had to look this up because I was like, I wonder if there's going to be a failure rate. There's no manufacturer on the face of planet Earth that makes a perfect product. So I had to look up. I'm like, well, how many trips just in the United States alone? And I don't even know if it's a law in Canada. I guess maybe it's not a law in Canada. Yeah, it's going to be a law just in the United States. So then what happens with the Canadian? I didn't think about that. Are the cars going to build another car for Canada that's separate? That's a whole different. That just popped into my head. So in the United States, we have 1 billion with a B trips per day. So the American people take 1 billion trips per day. Let's say that you have a failure rate of 0.01%. 0.01%.
Extremely low.
Right? That would be in most manufacturing, that would be considered a pretty acceptable failure rate. If you have that failure rate, you will have 100,000 people per day that will get a false positive, potentially, and cause the car either not to start, slow down and not be able to drive, or shut off going down the road. Per day. 100,000 people. That's an insane number. I really feel like that we could, while we're trying to limit the impaired drivers, which I'm all for, imagine 100,000 people per day having potentially a problem somewhere where they don't, being in danger themselves, right? You're in the middle of some massive traffic and the car just shuts off. I think we're on a massively slippery slope here.
Very slippery.
Yeah.
All right, Dad.
Okay.
One of the
He's one of my favorite social media mechanics that I watch. Of course, I watch Scotty Kilmer as well, but Scotty be killing me with all the Scotty is not longer alive, content. Scotty likes to troll. Well, let me get to the right repair act. Let me see. Repair. Where's it at? Come on now. Come on, man. Oh, wait. Is it more? I know I sent it to myself. Bruh. Repair. Okay, let's go here. Okay, just open it more. There we go. Here we go. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here to the right to repair.
Everybody's talking about it. Some interesting comments from President Trump this past week about people being able to fix their own cars.
Yeah.
Tell them what happened.
One of the presidents from Ford, the CEO of GM, Roger Penske, and then some other dealership representatives met with President Trump. And when Trump came out, he said, these people don't want you to fix your own cars. They want you to have to go back to them. They basically, what he's saying is that they said they want legislation to lock you out of your vehicle.
Okay. Oh shit. What is it?
Now,
okay, there we go. So let me go here. Automakers. Not automakers. Legislation. Right to repair. Automaker CEOs. I'm not asking the right question. Push legislation. There we go. So let's go here. Let's see what he said.
What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And it's bad when you're an executive at an automotive company and you have to come out to clarify what you meant when you didn't want people to fix their own cars. Because Farley just did that. To be like, well, no, we're not.
Okay, I want him saying it. I don't want y'all's take on it. I get it. I want his take on it. Okay, this is what he said.
I think Ford's position is very reasonable.
Hey guys, I've got AAA.
When you're a AAA member, you're covered in anyone's car.
Okay, let's go.
Really a big advocate for the ability to repair a vehicle, but it has to be done at a reasonable cost. But
you don't want people repairing their own vehicles.
No, that's fine. Not for warranty work, though. These are very complicated cars, and we don't think that's safe for many of the repairs on our vehicles. Someone at home like myself could never do it. I mean, I have no problem working on a 73 Bronco. To work on a brand new Bronco, I need all sorts of specialty tools. That's something that, we would put people's lives at risk.
Wow, this man said you're risking your life. You're possibly risking your life working on these vehicles. That's insane. Well, sir, why are you building such dangerous vehicles that can
fall on the spectrum? It's really a bigger question here. Who owns your vehicle after you buy it? These manufacturers that he has said this have not denied they said it. Matter of fact, Ford confirmed that, yeah, we did have a meeting. They did not deny what he said. I don't know if that's an affirmation from non-denial or what that would be. You take that for what it is. But this has been going on for over a decade. This is about the right to repair. We've had videos on this before. This is getting big when you've got these kind of representatives going into talking to a president saying we want some legislation to lock people out. Roger Penske, I was like, what? Roger Penske, what does he have a part in this? Well, he owns over 200 dealerships in the United States. Damn. So I'm sure if he owned over 200 independent repair shops, his stance would be a little bit different, but he doesn't. So he's in there because obviously he's a powerful entity. They want legislation to limit what you have access to for your vehicle. Now, I'm going to tell you what the automakers their reasoning that they say why they need this. And that is, and I'm not saying this is untrue, they're saying, well, if we just give people access to stuff, because most of it is software. You're going to have hackers getting in here, and they're going to be able to do all kinds of stuff with the car. Not untrue. There's a lot of stuff on a vehicle that's autonomous. You've got steering that can be, that's computer controlled. You've got braking that's computer controlled. You've got acceleration that's computer controlled. Yes, so if somebody were to get in there, they could affect that kind of stuff. But that's their excuse for saying that we need this legislation. My thing is, you guys need to figure out a way to make sure that people can't do that, right, without having to lock everything down so nobody can get into it. For me, the real reality is this. Dealerships used to represent about 33% of all automotive repairs, right? So 33% of automotive repairs went back to a dealership. That's dropped down recently to 29%. At the same time that was happening, your independent repair shops have grown from about 266,000 to 300,000. So independent repair shops, there's a big need. There's more of them coming out. The amount of people who want to go back to a dealer has dropped. Why do you think that is? This is what gets me is I don't mind competition. Let's have competition. Let's have them do a good job and me do a good job, and everybody decide where they want to go to get their car worked on.
And if they want to fix it themselves.
And if they want to fix it themselves, then let them have access to the information at a reasonable cost. And there's a whole other thing. We could do 12 videos on that. Reasonable cost. You want to hear about some reasonable costs? If you guys really want to know how much it costs to buy subscriptions for certain software and certain ways to get into these factory systems.
BMW is selling subscriptions to activate your heated seats. They tried it. They repealed it, but they were actually selling it. BMW selling subscription. This is a real thing. Heated seat subscription. This is a real thing. BMW has completely abandoned the controversial monthly subscription for heated seats. For heated seats, you no longer need to pay a recurring monthly fee. It was around $18 a month to unlock the hardware factory installed in your vehicle. In 2022, BMW introduced an $18 a month subscription for heated seats in several international markets. The idea was to allow buyers to activate the feature on demand, but customers felt they were paying double for pre-installed hardware. Okay? They will try it. They will try it. The fact that BMW even attempted to do
more
this.
than a year ago, I made an educated guess, a prediction about a future where BMW was going to charge a monthly fee for you to use your heated seats. Let us take a quick trip back in time. You're driving home one frigid LA evening and you're cold, so you reach for the bun warmers, yet nothing happens when you push the buttons because somehow you forgot to pay the monthly subscription for heated seats.
What?
No. It isn't just a horrific prophecy, it's a possibility. Well, in addition to that outfit, I was also wrong about the story.
I like the way you had your hair done. It was like flipped back and high.
Yes, it was very short. It was very short. I looked like I was 16 years old. The plan to charge you $18 to use your heated seats already in your car wasn't received particularly well. Now, BMW hitting reverse on that plan. It only applied to cars in the UK, Germany, New Zealand, South Korea, and South Africa, not here in the US. But a BMW marketing director says the public didn't seem to know that it only applied to people who did not purchase the heated seats up front. Critics say if BMW makes the car with the bun warmer, though, you should be able to use it. It costs the same to them either way.
Yeah.
Although the subscription is out, they are, of course, still charging extra for the seats if you buy a new car. Around $400 is that option. However, looking like an evil villain in a 1980s movie, that's always free with the Ultimate Driving Machine.
Jeez, man. This is how far. Once again, when they said you will own nothing and be happy, they meant every word of it. That's what it looks like. Own nothing and be happy. Okay?
In the cars where you can only do it through the OE side of it. Leave a comment and let us know. I'll do a video on that and to let you know exactly how much that is and what reasonable cost means to one manufacturer and what it means to another manufacturer. Anyway, I'm going to get sidetracked on that.
So what do people need to do?
They need to reach out to their legislators because
here's our politics, local politics again. Let's continue.
You've got these people that are in there lobbying for laws to be put on the books. We've already got laws that say you need to give us access. They're in there lobbying for laws to restrict that. And the only thing more powerful than a lobbyist going in and saying we want something done are people voting and people making phone calls and politicians getting worried that they won't get reelected. The best thing about social media is this. Yes, I only have one vote. you only have one vote. But you know what? Through this, you share this video and get it out in the world so people will make phone calls and go, listen, we heard this was happening with GM and Ford, and you know what's happening with all of them. We don't want this to happen. Make sure you side on the people side, not on, the restrictive side.
Okay. I would say don't let people that buy these new vehicles, with all the government restrictions, make you feel bad or fool you, right? Man, old is the way. Old is the way. Old is the way. Huh. Okay, that was a good little info. Good little clip. Okay, real quick. The cost to attend the World Cup. The cost has been going up. Oh, also World Cup, racial profiling. World Cup racial profiling. It's bad. It's bad, especially here in North America. You ready? Okay. So Senegal went through metal detectors, wands. Mexico, right? This is crazy. So this is how Spain came through, and that's how Senegal came into the U.S. So once again, the FIFA is being held in North America, Canada, U.S., Mexico. Okay, so the players and fans that enter in the U.S. have been denied, detained, turned around, restricted, all that good stuff. When those that go to Canada or Mexico, open arms. Okay, that's not a coincidence. Let's continue. Okay, let me see where I'm. World Cup. Hold on. Oh man, I got a lot that I haven't gone through. Cheesy Pete's. Okay, cup. World Cup. Okay, let's go here. Okay, so this is what happened to Iraq after their World Cup match. Required to exit the U.S. after each match. Okay, Iran said its squad must be based in Tijuana, Mexico, and must enter the U.S. only on match days before leaving the same day after each game amid ongoing visa tensions. This is sad. Okay? International relationships have been flushed down the toilet literally in less than 2 years. Let's go here. Okay, Scottish fans. It's the U.S. It's not happening in Mexico or Canada. It's only when those U.S. matches for the World Cup. Okay, let's go.
From being 2 days away from going to the States to see Scotland in the World Cup, then all of a sudden it's taken away from you. Yeah, it's heartbreaking, mate.
Dozens of Scottish fans like Alistair looking to go to the World Cup in the United States have had their initially approved entry to the country suddenly marked as pending or denied with no explanation. UK citizens who want to go to the US for up to 90 days without a visa can apply for what is known as an ESTA, the country's electronic system for travel authorisation. Michael's ESTA was revoked 1 hour before his flight.
Wow.
His younger brother has had to travel without him.
I wanted him to still go and enjoy his holiday. Didn't want to see him looking at me ready to break down. I don't think I've ever felt that bad in a long time anyway.
The First Minister said he's asked officials to convey the Scottish Government's hope that the US can resolve the matter. The UK Foreign Office says it's engaging with the US Embassy in London. US Homeland Security said ESTA applications are continuously vetted and an approved request doesn't guarantee entry to the country.
So I'd gone from being 2 days away from going to the States to see Scotland in the World Cup, then all of a sudden it's taken away from you. Yeah,
Okay. More U.S. World Cup shenanigans. Once again, this is not happening in Canada nor Mexico, only here in the U.S. What is this? Okay, yeah, I gotta go back in and fix my Twitter because my shit is not popping up at all. That's not cool. Let's go here. Haiti.
Not even Haitian, and this just pissed me off so bad. FIFA has rejected Haiti's World Cup jersey, saying it's too political. So for the Haitian 2026 World Cup jersey, they have a symbol in the corner representing the Haitian Revolution and the fight for independence, with an image of a man holding up the flag representing their freedom. Mind you, this is their history. This is their history. The FIFA World Cup is saying it's too political. Have not been able to play on their turf for God knows how long. They haven't made it to the FIFA World Cup in over 52 years. When they finally have something going for them, this is what happens? It's not like Reebok, Nike, Adidas, freaking Jordan hopped on the bandwagon to help Haiti find a custom jersey at all. Haiti had to do this themselves. So the fact that they finally have something for themselves, it's a problem. Here's what makes me laugh when they say it's too political. Because when they celebrate their independence, it's too political. But wait, aren't we having the 4th of July coming up? USA Independence Day? What does that mean? It means that there are probably 9 times out of 10, you're going to see people dressed as Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Uncle Sam in the stands, cheering and representing USA, USA, USA. USA got their independence from United Kingdom. And if I remember correctly, England is participating in the World Cup. That's not political at all? Oh, so it's only political when it's Haitian. God.
Okay. Thank you. We get it, but thank you. Let's continue. Cup. Let's go here. What is this? Okay. FIFA politics, y'all. FIFA politics. I remember when Rahm Emanuel just said no when during his mayoral term in Chicago. I forget what year that was, but let's go.
Dallas gets World Cup, FIFA gets the money. Here's the deal that nobody saw. So back in 2022, city leaders signed this, a 200-page contract with FIFA. This was never supposed to be made public, but through open record laws, we obtained a copy. So what did Dallas actually agree to? They'll cover security, transportation, staffing, plus a fan fest at Fair Park and a broadcast hub in downtown. The city's even paying for a police escort for the president of FIFA. Meanwhile, all the money from tickets, sponsorships, TV rights, all of that goes to FIFA. There's also this clean stadium rule. If it's not FIFA branded, it gets scrubbed away. Even AT&T Stadium doesn't get to be AT&T Stadium. For the tournament, it's Dallas Stadium. Wow. And then there's section 13.3. It says all taxes and fees, that's on the city.
Y'all pay attention. That's why Rahm said no.
So if you're keeping score at home, FIFA gets the revenue, doesn't pay taxes, while the cities cover most of the costs. That's the World Cup deal.
That's why Rahm said, nah, we already tax our people enough. We need the money for ourselves. we don't want y'all getting the money. Right? Nasty work. More World Cup shenanigans. What is this? Let's go here. The Somalian player that got banned, right? He was an actual player. Let's go. This is crazy.
Not going to let the guys of a soccer tournament come in and give bad actors a potential opportunity to take action.
Omar Artan, the Somalian referee that was denied entry to the United States of America, why was he barred from officiating at this tournament?
Yeah, so there are some things that we can't talk about. I think what I can tell you is, in looking at it, he's the only referee, he's the only official, not Iranian official, that has been banned from coming into the country for this tournament. He was talking to some bad people very recently about actions here in the United States.
So he was on social media talking about Trump. That's what he did. And they banned him from working the games as a ref, the World Cup matches as a ref. That's why he was detained and banned. Okay, let's go.
I'll leave it at that. I know CBP has made a statement on it. What I can tell you from my standpoint and having seen the information on what he was doing was I stand by CBP's decision. It was the right decision. What President Trump has been clear on is he wants to welcome the world that wants to enjoy the World Cup, that wants to participate and be a great part of this World Cup here to the United States of America during this incredible tournament. But he's not going to let the guys of a soccer tournament come in and give bad actors a potential opportunity to take action in the United States. He's not going to let the guys of a...
Okay. This is crazy, right? Once again, only in the U.S., not Mexico nor Canada. Okay? We got more World Cup shenanigans. What is this? Okay. Let's go here.
We work on everything. We try to solve everything.
You say people should chill and relax about these situations, but you've got one of the world's top referees told he can't enter the United States, sent back home, accused of having links with suspected terror organizations. We have Mexico having to change their Iran having to change their training base here to Mexico. We have fans and journalists from a number of countries who aren't able to attend this World Cup because of travel bans or visa restrictions. Are you embarrassed, therefore, by what actually has come to pass? And do you have to accept that you've lost some control of your own tournament here?
Hey, shout out to the BBC reporters. They ask the tough questions. They're not scared to ask the tough questions. Shout out to these guys.
And when I say to chill, I don't mean to chill and do nothing. I mean to trust us, that we are working behind the scenes. We are trying to understand, and there are things we can know, things we cannot know, things we are told, things we are not told. And we always try to make the situation as positive as possible and to find solutions. Chill.
Okay. This is going to be going down as probably one of the worst produced World Cups ever, just because of the piss poor hospitality from the U.S. Once again, not in Mexico, not Canada. All right. All right, more World Cup. So let's see what Landon Donovan has to say about the boys. Is he gonna
current state of affairs?
We're gonna find out a lot this summer. But I was just talking to someone. I mean, that 2002. It's funny you bring up that memory. That's the furthest the men have ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think that we would have gotten further. In the men's side, we have won one knockout game, meaning get out of your group, knockout game, in our history. And that was against Mexico in 2002.
Round of 16.
How we haven't done that since, that really hit me when they said that. That's pretty alarming. We're not developing players like the rest of the world do.
Why is that? You know, colleges and college athletics and universities are the feeder system for most Olympic sports. Right. And that's one of the concerns you have in the world of NIL and people moving around and portals and what have you.
In soccer, it's different because that age group is actually where we do lose a lot of players. They go into from 17, 18, 19, 20.
Right.
Our college system isn't competitive enough to feed into professional soccer. So basically, if you're 16, 17, you haven't made it, you're not on an MLS roster or a first team roster, you kind of fall into this abyss. But the bigger problem is our youth soccer in this country is a disaster. And so you have all these youth clubs charge you crazy fees. It's all about winning. The kids get left behind because the clubs want to make money, the coaches want to make money, they want to win, and the kids don't develop. And now we're seeing sort of the fruits of that. So I played in Germany when I was 17. The guy who coached our under-16 team was like 60 years old and had been doing it for 25 years. He wasn't trying to be the first team coach. Like, he was one of their best coaches, and they wanted him with the 16-year-olds, not with the pros. They wanted those kids developing and getting better.
Right.
Now, how many coaches with that type of pedigree will want to kind of relegate themselves to 16-year-olds? I don't think too many American coaches would do that. That's like you asking, I don't know who's 60 years old. I don't know. Give me Mike Davis, right? Mike Davis. Let's say Mike Davis or Mike Brown. Can you imagine Mike Brown going to AAU to coach AAU kids? Like, he's an NBA coach. Why would he reduce himself? And no, that mindset would not work here in the States. No.
And we do it opposite here. The worst coaches are coaching our 8 and 9-year-olds, and they're not learning anything, and they're not loving the game. So it's just totally backwards. Well, this is my next passion in life. I wanna help fix this. I want to give the game back to kids.
What do you think of the?
Okay, that's commendable. Shout out to Landon Donovan. Shout out to Landon Donovan. I know in San Diego they have a soccer academy. Hold up, let me pull that up. Soccer academy. This thing is top tier. Soccer academy. San Diego. This thing just opened this motherfucker here. Only the best of the best getting into this. It's a full-time live and learn. Is it the Grizzlies? This shit is insane. Is this it? Let's go here. Let's go here. I believe this is the one they built in San Diego.
San Diego's new MLS club is now giving kids a chance to join their academy.
Elizabeth Alvarez live in Chula Vista previewing day 2 of San Diego's FC's Dream Academy tryouts. Liz, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, this is such a big deal. This is the first Major League Soccer club that is basically starting up a fully funded, free residential program, school. Let that sink in for a bit. And so what's happening here at the Chula Vista Olympic Training Center is there's an open tryout going on for these kids who are between the ages of 11, 12, 13, 14. They're looking for kids who were born from 2010 to 2014. And so on the field, it's an open tryout. These young boys have come out and they are playing games, and they're actually scouts here watching them closely, watching their soccer skills, because obviously they've got to perform well on the field. That's part of the requirement to join this academy. Listen, there are more than 3,000 young boys who have registered to try out. Today is day 2. They started yesterday. Today is day 2. They will come back again tomorrow. And they're only going to select about 30 kids to start this school.
You have 3,000 basically Latino, Hispanic kids trying out for 30 spots at this academy. 3,000 to 30. Let's continue.
School, by the way, is currently under construction in El Cajon. That's a whole nother story. But these kids are excited. And can you imagine their parents and family members who are here? I was just talking to a dad whose son is actually moving on to the next level. I want to say good morning to him. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
What is your name again?
Ray.
Ray. This is Ray. And your son is?
Enoch.
Enoch. And he's 11 years old. And you've been watching him do the tryout. How's he doing?
He's doing great. I was nervous, so was he, but he did a few moves, a couple passes. I told him to play unselfish and play for his team, and luckily he was selected to move on to the next round.
Yeah. And there's round after round, as you know. There's only a few. I think they said about 30 kids that they're going to be selecting to start off the school, which starts next year. When you think about the opportunity, what goes through your mind?
It's an incredible opportunity because it's the sport, it's the opportunity to go pro, but even if it's not pro, you could still, I mean, to have that on your resume for college applications is pretty incredible, right? So, and they're offering housing as well, right? It's a whole
Yes. Free room and board and education. Yeah. Yeah. This is how you create your system of developing players. You need to do this all across the board, all across the states, of course,
thing that we have to process as we move through this process, but one step at a time. I mean, he's inducted to the next round, and even at that round, there's a lot.
I can only imagine how good his kid is at 11. I can only imagine.
Of talent, right? There's a lot of talent in San Diego, so we're looking forward to the challenge and see what's next for him.
All right, well, we'll have to keep a close eye on Enoch, who right now has already made it to the next round. Congratulations, Dad. That's awesome. All right, we'll keep tabs with you. Thank you for sharing. And so that's what's happening here at the Chula Vista Olympic Training Center. So the Scouts, once again, are watching these kids and their soccer abilities. And again, in the end, only 30 boys out of the more than 3,000 who are trying out over the course of several days will be selected. And so, as I mentioned, Raul and Shali, the campus for the academy right now is under construction. Wow. It's being built in El Cajon on the Sequan Reservation. And while the focus right now is to bring in youth boys for the school's first year, guess what? The academy will welcome youth girls starting in 2026. So stay tuned. There are so many other stories to do about this amazing opportunity that.
Okay, at some point I have to do a dive into who's paying for all this, but nonetheless, this is how you start it. This is how you start it. Okay, if you want to develop legit soccer talent here in the States, you gotta build it. They will come. Okay, let's go here. More FIFA shenanigans. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here.
Overpromise the World Cup?
Yeah, I think we expected more of a bump from the travel coming into Dallas from FIFA, number one. And then two, the convention center right now is not fully occupied. The only thing happening in the convention center, which is a big piece of our tourism dollars in Dallas, is the media center, the media headquarters for FIFA.
There's no soccer fans like that in Texas. I don't know. I don't think there's soccer fans like that in Texas. I don't know. Texas is football, not soccer. I think this was a bad play for Dallas. It's only costed the bird fell on the taxpayers. You're paying for a sport that your people don't want. When have you ever known Texas to be a hub for soccer? If it's happening, I didn't hear about it. But let's continue.
Fans for FIFA, as far as hotel bookings go, just hasn't materialized yet, huh?
It hasn't been as strong as forecasted, but
why is that, do you think?
I think part of it is, travel concerns, internationally coming into the United States right now. I think another big piece of that is just the cost of travel, gas prices soaring, things of that nature. And it's just that coupled with the cost of the FIFA tickets. I mean, I was trying to get tickets for me and my kids to go to a game, and I mean, it was like $1,700 for nosebleeds. And
whew. 1,700.
Cowboy Stadium.
Yeah, you're telling
and
me.
It was crazy, and so that's not happening.
Did FIFA?
Okay. Anything else before I get out of here? I got a bunch more. Okay, 3 more and we out of here. Okay. Yeah, this was the Iranian soccer team. So this is what they've been going through. I've been to 3 World Cups, and they always say once you get off the plane and you enter the host country, there's just a genuine atmosphere of friendliness and globalness. Unfortunately, I'm not feeling it right now. There's a lot of tension right now in this World Cup. There should be no discrimination in a sport. Everyone should be treated equally, and hopefully this is resolved soon. Iranian staff members denied 14 staff members have been denied visas into the U.S. This is a beautiful game that can bring people together, nations, different colors, different cultures, and this is what we feel as a responsibility as Iranians, as Persian people. We are here to call for peace. At the end of the day, we are all humans. Yeah, no, sir. I mean, I hear you.
FIFA, and the symbol of FIFA is FIFA, let's say, football united the world. And this is also, I would say, the way we look at it, in a way that we are here, of course, to play football, to enjoy the game. I mean, this is a beautiful game that can bring people together, and nations, different colors, different cultures. And this is what we feel the responsibility as well as Iranian, as a Persian people, I would say. And we want to give a good impression to the world that we are here to be, let's say, to call for the peace, call for the to be united. As at the end of the day, we are all humans, and we do different things, and we have different cultures, we have different colors. But at the end of the day, we are all human, and we have to make sure that outside the football, things are in a good order. With us, with football, it's FIFA, and
that's crazy. The visas necessary for Iran to compete in the World Cup, including for athletes and necessary support staff, have been issued. We will not allow the Iranian team to abuse this system to sneak terrorists into the United States under false pretenses. Wow. In addition to the dispute over visas, Iran's Football Federation said on Tuesday that FIFA revoked the ticket allocations for Iran fans at the team's 3 World Cup games in the United States. Iran's allotment of tickets for supporters was to be 8% of stadium capacity. That means a whole bunch of them are going to come over. Wow. A source with knowledge of FIFA's approach and told ESPN that because of the economic sanctions applied by the U.S. against Iran, the U.S. Office of Foreign Asset Control prevents U.S.-based entities such as the FIFA 26 organizers from processing transactions involving residents of Iran. We have no problem with the athletes, as we stated earlier, or their support staff, but we're not going to allow is for them to embed in their delegation a bunch of people that we know have nothing to do with athletics and have ties to the IRGC or things of that nature. That's insane. That is insane. Wow. Wow. Got here. Okay, how much they pay? How much did they pay for FIFA World Cup tickets?
How much did you pay for your ticket? Like 1,300 each.
I think we paid $400 each.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Just the right amount, really.
Just the right amount.
Just the right amount.
Just the right amount.
Too much money. Way too much money.
It was $1,200 per ticket.
My ticket was $2,200. $2,000 each ticket.
We didn't pay.
Nothing.
Our bosses did.
What did you want to know? We paid about $2,000.
$2,000 a pop.
We paid about $1,600 per ticket.
Hundreds of dollars. Average thousands of dollars.
1,200 each.
I paid $3,000.
We paid $2,000.
I did not pay for the ticket. We have friends that are brokers, ticket brokers, so we got them for free. But the tickets were listed for $3,000 each.
How much did you pay?
That's crazy. And I'm sure they weren't the best seats either. Let's go here.
Details about hotel reservations in Kansas City for the World Cup. FIFA blocked off thousands of rooms for the tournament this summer, but then canceled 75% of them a few months ago. I'm Isabella Ladon, and I've previously reported on how hotels aren't seeing as high of bookings for the World Cup as they previously expected. According to Visit KC, FIFA booked 5,000 rooms per night on peak days during the tournament. Non-match days saw lower room holds from FIFA, but Visit KC wouldn't confirm how many rooms in total were booked. FIFA then canceled 75% of the total rooms they reserved back in February. As you probably remember, this is when hotel rooms and Airbnbs were costing hundreds of dollars per night.
It was more expensive than I thought.
Bethany Markham is staying downtown for a work conference this week and booked her room in January before FIFA canceled their blocks. Hotel managers have previously told us bookings this summer aren't as strong as they expected a year ago, but are hopeful reservations will still pick up around match days.
The prices that we were being quoted and paid probably were contingent upon the fact that they expected those bookings, right? So I think if you tried to get it now, you could probably get a deal.
Visit KC confirmed that FIFA did not pay any penalty fees when they canceled 75% of their reservations in February. We are just 1 week out from Kansas City's first match with Argentina and Algeria. I reached out to several hotels in the area to share their voice on how bookings are looking, but no one responded to my request.
Ouch. See what the comments say. They thought they'd come into a windfall by gouging guests at $1,000 per night. Who would have thunk? Imagine holding FIFA in the only country on the planet that could care less about soccer. Yeah, basically. FIFA, financial interest first always. When the game places were announced in Ticketmaster, hubby and I from St. Louis thought this would be our chance to go see a World Cup game. Then we saw the cheapest ticket was hovering in the 900. Not counting fees and taxes, we forgot the idea. Wow. The amount of price gouging related to the World Cup is exhausting and shameful. Jeez. I thought poor people were allowed to go to the Coliseum to keep them distracted, right? How are you going to price out the paupers from the bread and circus? Okay, let's go here. New York.
$150 ticket. It's ridiculous.
Here at New York Penn Station, a train ticket to the MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, or the New York, New Jersey Stadium, as it will be called during the tournament, normally costs about $12.90. But during the 8 matches and the World Cup final, it will cost for a non-refundable round-trip ticket $150. Why? To cover the extra costs of labor and security, according to the train operator, NJ Transit. New Jersey Transit says they aren't profiting, but fans and locals alike say it's unfair.
It's ridiculous. It's unreasonable. It makes no sense.
It's excessive. It's not fair.
It's taking advantage of an event.
It is out of control. I think that is absurd, actually.
The only other options to get to this stadium are an $80 shuttle bus, limited parking near the stadium for more than $200, or chancing it with a ride share with no price cap, making the World Cup even further out of reach for many.
I mean, the whole fan experience is ruined once you see the $150 ticket. It's ridiculous.
I want to feel bad, but I'm like, it's hard for me to feel bad. I think this is the last clip I got. Okay. Last FIFA clip and I'm out of here. Let's go here.
Up to $6,000, $7,000 a year to play football. It's the pay-to-play model over here. So we've got an academy, 10,000 kids, 10,000 in the one academy. There's others with 15,000. This is big business. So you will have coaches on money over here, way in the six figures. I could go to the UK and get ex-players, qualified, pro-licensed, A-licensed coaches on a fraction of what these guys over here earn. So the pay-to-play model is all about winning, and it's not about development. I say this very respectfully, there's some really good people over here, but there's a level of arrogance from some coaches which is inappropriate. But right now, that's the biggest problem they have in the US in terms of player development. They will pay...
Okay. There it is there. There it is there. All right. I've been on for 2 hours and some change. That is my time. I think I'm gonna try to go see Disclosure Day, and I'll let you know how it turns out. All right, thank y'all for coming through. Y'all get out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all's day. I will do the same.
One of the ops, Rick, catch my tape.